And today I'm going to be Mikey Moves because it's my rest day. I'm just chilling. I'm relaxing. It's one of the most beautiful days of my life. I tapped into true power, harnessing energy, and I'm seeing all the results and all the effects of it. Externally, I'm wearing an extra pair of shorts today so nothing flies out since I'll be moving. And I want to use surprises caught on camera, okay? That's behind the scenes. That's BTS, okay? So I love you guys. It's going to be more chill. You can obviously drop your questions if you're streaming with me right now. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can move with me. So move with me, take notes, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and let's get into it. I'm just going to become familiar with my body. That's it. There's no movement. There's no routine. There's nothing to do. It's simply me being familiar with me. So let's hop into this. Cool. So if you guys have any questions, you can drop them down below. And Sasha, the beautiful, wonderful Sasha right here,
Hey, everyone.
will read me your questions and I'll answer them. But for now, I'm just going to be feeling myself. Every fiber, every strand, every way, full of oxygen, depleted of oxygen, filling every part of me. This is something I do once in a blue moon when it's just time to feel. I'm usually pushing out energy, but sometimes I'll pull back. So it's more so like how long can you go before you have to pull back? Because there is expand and contract. So today's more of a contracted day. I've been putting out so much energy this past 3 months. You know, I've become a little renowned across the world of people who have found this content and stuff like that. Guess what? I'm preaching the same message, saying the same thing I've always said. I haven't changed my message, and I'm not going to change it now because there's more viewers, followers, or whatever. It's the same thing. It's life itself. It keeps me young, keeps me strong. I haven't worked out in 6.5 years. Today, technically, I haven't eaten in 37 days, 38 days, something like that. So we're going into it. 37 days. If you're not already, follow me on all my accounts: Instagram, Mikeybreathes; TikTok, Mikeybreathes; Snapchat, Mikeybreathes; Facebook, Mikeybreathes. And then the like page is what? Mikeybreathes official or something like that?
Yeah.
Cool. You can follow me on YouTube. We're streaming on Mikeybreathes. And then Kick, did it ever start working again?
No, I think it has to use a VPN.
Okay, now.
Before it didn't, but now I'm like, every time I go to the site, it tells me like the
Okay, cool.
server
We'll figure that out later. So if you guys have any questions or comments, just ask them down below. Until then, you can just watch me move. I'm gonna film myself. Do you have any questions or comments, Ash? No?
Oh, some comments of like hearts and hi.
Thanks for the love, guys. That's also how I get my energy. If you don't eat, how to get energy? From all the love the world gives me. I love you all. You can get high just from doing this. You don't even need mushrooms or anything like that. You can simply just stretch your arm and breathe. And it's a ride in and of itself.
So Otilia asked, how do you feel yourself? Could you explain more, please? You mean with energy? Is there some kind of technique?
Do you spell it with an E or an I?
Otill.
Feel or Fill?
Oh, Fill.
Well, you fill yourself primarily by making sure first nothing's depleting you. You can't fill a bucket if there's a hole in it. So no matter how much liquid you pour in there, if there's a hole, it's always going to pour out. So the first thing to fill yourself is making sure that there's no holes, nothing's taking energy from you. And I'm not talking about people, because every person who would take energy from you is your perception or interpretation of them, because they're not physically taking energy. But there are things in your environment that would take energy from you, like toxins and stuff like that. So that's the first step. You want to remove those. That's the most important thing. You cannot achieve a certain level with a bunch of toxins in your environment. I can also show you guys my legs too as I'm doing this. Let's put this outside. How's this, Sashi?
Looks good.
Cool. I'm gonna move this down just a little bit.
She said thank you.
You're welcome. All right, you can see on the vertical, but you can't see it. Okay, I'll back it up then.
I can zoom out.
Yeah, zooming out might help just a little bit. Cool, there we go. Looks so tall, dude.
Yeah, you do look
We're like an alien or something like that. These long arms. I'm just.
Why is the portrait? Hold on. Look at this.
Why does the portrait show the feet, but the horizontal doesn't?
Yeah. And you look so tall.
I am tall. I've grown.
Yeah.
I've definitely grown. I haven't measured myself because I didn't have an official height before, but I can see myself and compare myself to other stuff. I've definitely grown over the past like 7 months, 8 months. I'm a taller person and I weigh a lot more. My average body weight before I grew was like 203 pounds. Now my average body weight's like 215 pounds. And I'm not bigger necessarily. Like I'm not, I didn't get a bunch of fat or something like that.
Maurice asked, could you step into a relationship with a partner that doesn't follow the guide? Does it matter? Will it have some influence?
That's cool. Yeah, I've been in a couple of relationships with people who didn't 100% follow the guide. But my life is, one, so obvious, it's really hard to deny how right this life is. Like when you see me, like you guys see me on the internet, right? So the camera's off and that's it. I could be doing anything behind the scenes, right? And you don't know it. You go to your life. But when you live with me and you see like, dude, this guy really has not eaten. Holy crap, this guy has gotten bigger. Holy crap, this guy has so much freaking energy. Holy crap, I feel this charge around this dude. Like, what's up? It convinces a lot of people to start living the guide. Like even in the beginning, if they're hesitant, they just see it enough to like, yeah, this guy's legit. So usually the partner, the girls will stop eating junk food. They'll stop wearing makeup. They'll take their fingernail paint off and their stuff like that, the toenails. Stop using shampoo and conditioner because it's like, oh, obviously this is it. And then they'll get the results. They'll get skinnier and develop some more muscles for their figure. They'll have more energy. Their acne will go away. So it's not really hard. Like I give some lenience because I don't expect them to live the guide right out the bat. How could they? Because I'm the one who made it and found it. So why would they know? So I'm not expecting them to live this life. I can't. How can I expect that on that person? So I'll let them come in with whatever they have and I'll love with them and I'll share. And in that sense, they'll see it for themselves and then they'll choose the guide. So that's how it usually works. It's freaking undeniable.
And Jose asked, what was the last thing you ate and drank? Are you truly becoming a breatharian?
Uh, I'm not a breatharian. No, I don't want to be a breatharian. There's no desire to even, I don't even think about that type of stuff. So like just throw that whole life over there. They can have it. The last thing I drank was some coffee. And then before that, I drank some juice. And then before that, like I drank some blood. I kind of ate it because it was frozen. Did I do that on camera yesterday? No, but I did it off the camera, drank some blood and stuff like that. So, and the last thing I actually fully ate, besides yesterday, I did something for the camera for you guys. I ate brain and a testicle. Was it's posted here. It's a bunch of like liver and heart and organs, like raw, and it's on YouTube. It's like 303 days without eating, or like my eating day or whatever. I'm not trying to be a breatharian. I don't think it's right to go in and try to be something because it's very contradictive of your energy. Because the moment you're trying to be, you're not flowing. So I just flow with it and I live in it. And I measure my flow by my effects and my results, my power. So, yeah. Most breatharians are super skinny and like I just have no desire to be that. Like, kudos to them. They can have whatever they want. That's just not me. There's no desire. I want power. I want exploits. I want the ability. I want not force, but the capability and the ability to exert force if needed. But a lot of my force is now psychic, so I don't even have to do anything physically. I can just put out energy psychically and it happens. Which is probably the coolest part about all this guide stuff is the psychic abilities.
So Jose asked, have you heard of Dr. Sebi? And do you follow his teachings? And what do you think of fruits, life force, real energy living?
Yes, I have heard of Dr. Sebi. Do I follow his teachings? No. I don't follow the teachings of any man. There's no man who I follow. I don't, and not that I'm against man. There's some man who has some pretty cool stuff. It's just I don't look at him and think that that's the life I want. I don't see that guy and be like, huh, I want to look like him. No, I want to look like this. I want to look like a big giant ball of power, like an anime character, like a superhero. I don't believe in fruits because most of them have been spliced and changed and altered to be more sugary and sweet and not real to their like most beneficial state. And they rot your teeth. So like if you eat too many fruits, it like literally like rots your teeth because they don't want to really be eaten. I don't know how his dental health was. I didn't check him before he passed, but you know, you don't want too many fruits. It's a worship. So you want to stay away from worshiping anything. You want everything, not just fruits or vegetables or just meat or whatever. And then life force and vitality, like, yeah, that's what we all have. I have life force and vitality and I don't live that life, you know? So, but you got to become familiar with it. You got to become familiar of how to direct it throughout your body and not give it unnecessarily when it's not reciprocated in this realm.
Sean Clark asked, Mikey, would you say you're still consuming the full A through Z even when you're not eating, just from the juices, blood, etc.? It's Sean from the Discord, by the way.
Sean, what up, dog? Well, it's not about consuming A through Z like in that type of approach. It's about how long can you be sustained when you consumed A through Z. So you don't need to consume A through Z every day if you're not burning through or applying and using A through Z. But you guys haven't had A through Z for all like your entire life, so you need to restock and restore up on it. So it's not about do I receive A through zinc every single day from the juices and stuff like that. It's about, which is why I don't eat as much, is because it's more so how optimized can I be once I did consume it last to be able to carry it consciously and be aware of how I'm applying it. so I don't need it as much. I'm sure because sometimes I'll consume like rocks or there's blood and stuff like that. So I'm sure there's all the stuff in there. But I start to have like defects and stuff like that. I can notice whenever I need something, you know, energy levels and skin quality and all this other stuff.
And E2KEOG asks, do you work out with kettlebells?
I don't work out though.
Bells, sorry, kettlebells.
So I haven't worked out in 6.5 years. The most I'll work out will be like what I'm doing right now, and I'm just feeling my body a little bit because I put out so much energy these past couple months of psychic energy into the world. Like I just need to kind of pull back and like feel like how like what's going on in my body. So I don't work out, I don't take supplements, I don't exercise, I don't go to the gym, I don't lift weights, I don't do body weights, I don't do kettlebells, I don't take supplements. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I believe there's a higher way, so I just focus on engaging in the higher way. My personal thoughts are working out's for the insecure. When a person's insecure, they need to work out, they want to work out. But when you're engaged in this higher way, like you're so almost blinded by power because you can see what it actually is, you end up looking like an Adonis or some sort of Spartan warrior or a god or something like that, even though you don't do that stuff because you're so focused on what life truly is.
And 288 asks, how did you heal heart issues? Or how do you heal heart issues?
Are you talking about psychologically or physically?
That's a good point.
Because first off, I don't believe in healing. I think healing is a distraction to keep you from accessing true power. So first off, I don't even believe in healing.
Sean said, thanks, man. Yeah, that makes sense.
I love you, Sean. You're my brother. If you haven't already, make sure to watch the manifestation guide videos in the Discord. They are so powerful, dude. Those are from like 7, 8 years ago. So make sure to go watch them.
288 said both, haha.
No, for real though, don't just say both. Like what are you talking about? Did somebody break your heart? Did somebody pass and there's like a psychological thing you're going through? Or did you do something and now you have congestive heart failure or like some sort of need for like a statin drug or something like that? Like what's the actual thing? Let's not talk in hypotheticals.
Jose said, interesting. Do you ever feel like passing out and have to breathe chi energy back into your body?
No. Passing out's for the weak. They're passing out because they can't handle. Like, no, I feel the opposite. I feel like I have so much energy, I can't pass out. I stayed up to like 4 o'clock in the morning last night because I have so much energy. I stayed like stretching and stuff like that, and I just have so much energy. I feel the opposite of passing out. I feel like instead of passing out, I'm passing through into a greater depth of reality. No, I never feel like I'm about to pass out. That's for the weak. That's the sign that they're about to die. No, I don't feel like passing out. Was there more to it? Because I heard you reading more.
Yeah.
What's up?
He said, it's interesting how mind can control the energy chi. Gun used yin and yang is basically what you're doing, connecting with consciousness. Love it.
Words. I didn't say that. I don't say chi or like, yeah, there's poles. So we can say poles. You know, we all speak English here. You know, there's poles, there's this, there's that, but like it's not even that because you don't even need to fancify it and decorate it and like, oh, the chi of passing through energy and like doing yin. You don't gotta say that much, bro. I'm just literally feeling myself right now. I'm like, where am I sore? Where's energy being trapped in a sense or like pocketed? Where is there not energy? Like it's kind of like that more so of what I'm doing now. But yeah, no, I never feel like passing out. That's a clear indicator to you of like something's up, bro. This position here is why I'm wearing underwear.
So 288 said somebody passed and I tried to feel what they feel and it actually caused physical issues.
Well, there you go. You're trying to fill the dead man. Somebody died. Literally, they went into death energy or like lack anti-life, and you want to feel what they feel, and now you have heart issues. Like, I mean, it's speaking for itself right there. Why would you why would you be surprised? I don't think about the dead. I don't think about the dying. I don't think about what happens after I die. I like, where's the life? Where's the power? Where's the energy? And I lock into that. And I don't feel like passing out, and I don't feel sad or depressed or have a broken heart. I just make sure I obtain myself and put myself onto what is life itself. Life is good. Life is perfect. Life is great. Life is awesome. Life is amazing.
So E2KEOG asked, I'm curious, have you ever practiced exoteric internal alchemy?
Exoteric or esoteric?
XO.
Okay, with the X, right?
Here.
Okay,
Yeah, with an X.
cool.
Internal alchemy like John Chan's Mopai Nedan, etc. If so, would you care to share the experience?
I don't endeavor in that stuff. I don't know. See, I could be exoteric if it's internal. It would be the projecting outwardly. So that's like a contradiction. Um, what's up, dude? Yeah. So, the first thing is that. So first thing is like that. It's kind of like if it's an exoteric versus esoteric, it'd be like the exterior, the outside versus the inward practicing. And I don't practice anything. I just experience everything. And I don't know who that person is because they're not me. So I don't really care to endeavor in whatever they're saying because like that's them, I'm me. I just focus on what am I feeling right now and I make sense of it as I'm doing it. Not trying, not attempting, not even going for, but just experiencing the full experience right now in reality. Not just being present, but engaging with reality and life itself. Yeah, I don't study stuff, guys. I stopped that a long time ago because I found out just like it's just talking around it. I'm just going to go straight through it. No more talking around stuff. I'm going right to obtain it. And since then, I haven't had to work out. It's been 6.5 years. I haven't eaten in 37 days. Last time was 303 days. Not that I'm fasting. Fasting stupid. I'm not a breatharian. I don't know any. I don't even know what a breatharian truly, 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 truly is. Nor did I care to learn because it doesn't matter. It's insignificant to me. So I see that this is life, and that's what I'm going after. These are just attributes or what people try to make life to be, but like, nah, this is life. And that's what I'm going after. That's why I have these results.
Oh, they said esoteric, sorry.
Okay, cool. Same thing. Same thing, but different. Like the esoteric stuff, like the intangible knowledge of like the hidden or the obscure. It's not that big a deal to me. Like I don't really care about something that's hidden under the rock when I don't even know this thing about myself. Like let me engage in this energy because those people still like. Let's see, who's the person again? What was the dude's name? No, that he's
E2KE.
talking about the practices of who?
Oh, John Chan.
John Chan and what was it called? Esoteric.
Mopai Nedan.
Is Nadon one word or two words?
One word. Nedan.
John Chan or Chang?
Oh, it says Chan, but MOPAI space NEIDAN.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
MOPAI space
MOPAI
space NEIDAN.
NE
Uh-huh.
from John Chan.
NEIDAN, yeah.
Okay. There's a couple of John Chans here.
It's a pretty common name, I guess.
It's a very common name. There's a lot of John Chans in the world. They all get old and die and have a bunch of wrinkles. So I'm like, bro, if this was super vitality, like you'd probably look more vital. I've seen vegans who look better than some of these chi master guys, you know. So it's like I don't really concern myself with these practices and stuff like that.
And Maurice asks, what is currently your highest excitement? Some topics you're focusing on, any new stuff?
Well, my highest excitement is the moment right now and being relaxed in it. So being able to be relaxed and not try to hype myself up and be excited, but allowing myself to embrace the moment. And, you know, some things I'm focused on now, like what I'm currently going through, is just all this. As I think, all of this responds and conforms to whatever I think. So I'm just like, well, this is really cool. It's very powerful. I see the responsibility of it. So I'm just in a sense embracing, solidifying myself. So none of my thoughts are critical. None of my thoughts are loose or sporadic, but all my thoughts are honed in because every thought I have ends up shifting all this out here and what the experience is. So I'm embracing the established thought and progressing forward with it without any sort of slip or deviation. It's a cool question. I know you guys are used to me being like all hype and excited, but today is my rest day and I honor that. I know inside that today I need to not put out a bunch of energy, but just kind of intake. And I think you guys need to see that. It's important that you guys also see me when I'm chilling and relaxing versus just answering all these questions super hype. You have both sides. Kind of like the yin and yang the guy was talking about earlier. You have both ends of the pole. You have hype and you have rest. In and you have out.
So Rihon asks how to get eyes like you, sir.
I'll just do what I do. The best way to have what I have is to do what I do. Like it's a very straightforward answer. If you don't do what I do, then obviously you won't get what I have. So yeah. My eyes have changed colors over the past decade and some change, and it's been super amazing to see.
And then 288 asks, how can I reverse that? Just think of living,
Reverse what?
the whole heart thing.
Well, the same way you got into it is the same way you get out of it in a sense. By not getting out of it, by just engaging with what you want to focus on. Like if you focused on some dead person and now your heart feels their stuff, well, I'm alive, I'm living, I'm not dead. You can focus on me and feel me, and then you'll probably feel like a god. You'll probably feel powerful. Just think, you know, WWMD, what would Mikey do? And then like, oh snap, you could feel the power surging through you. The solution is in the question. Hey, I thought about a dead person and like I felt their heart, all the stuff in my heart. What do I do to get out of this? Well, if you thought of the dead person to do that, think about who's living and who's alive. I don't think about dead people because that's not my goal. I'm not trying to go there. Even like Einstein or people of the past, historians, Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, Chinggis Khan. I don't think about those people because they're dead. They're not here. And I can't even validate that they're real, like a lot of them.
And Jose said, the reason I ask about passing out is because I wonder what fuels you. Just juices, organs, water. I don't eat for 18 to 20 hours every day. If I don't drink water with sea salt or don't eat a fruit, I get a feeling of depleted glucose / fat
Blah,
storage.
blah, 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 glucose, blah, 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 blah. I'll tell you right now, that's blah, blah, blah. That's why you know these words and this stuff, and you still feel like you'll pass out. I don't even care to endeavor any of that stuff. And I go this long. I can go 3 days without drinking anything and 300 days without eating actually anything. So it's not that. And there's a mix of your question and what you're saying, and then like what I'm actually doing and what you're actually wanting. If you want to come to this level, I would suggest getting the guide. It lays everything out. But if you want to know what am I doing, it's not about juices or drink. It's not about any of that stuff. It's about everything I've said up to this moment. I've said it in every live. I even said it here in this live. I said the process. But because you guys have been trained to only look over here, even though I say it, you miss it. And you can't even see it. Even whenever I clearly have said what I do and how I have this power. And I even told somebody this what they would do. If you want to do it, do this. The main thing that you guys should focus on is like how your mind is so manipulated and it's keeping you from seeing what's right in front of you. Even if it's said clearly, like you won't be able to understand it. That's what you should really focus on. There are people who drink juices and they're not sustained. There's people who drink all this other stuff and they don't have this. It's not about drinking juices, not drinking juices. Plus, you should eat every day. You go 18, 20 hours without eating. So you pretty much do like OMAD type of thing, type of vibe. But that's something you're putting on yourself that you're not even asking for, to the point where your body's even about to pass out if you don't eat. So you're forcing it on yourself. The bigger question would be, why are you forcing this on yourself, bro? Why are you putting this strict, harsh regimen on yourself? Even yourself is passing, like, bro, like I can't even live like this. Like you're literally like about to like passing out and dying. They're not too far from each other. And you're not even listening to yourself. You're literally coming to the verge of passing out. You're like, okay, well, let me just sustain a little bit. Like, because you're doing stupid stuff you shouldn't be doing. That's your body trying to tell you shouldn't be doing this. You gotta listen to yourself, bro. Stop doing this to yourself. It's so dumb. Especially unnecessarily. Like, you don't need to do this. I don't even preach not to eat. I preach to eat every single day, all day. You can eat as much as you want and still lose weight or get muscles, whatever your goal is. So where is this coming from? Most likely insecurity. I'm gonna say it for the time being, but like bad energy. So I'm gonna make a little disclaimer so you guys know. On this live, I will be saying words that I normally wouldn't say, just so I can connect with you guys on a deeper level. Because, or not even a deeper level, but like I can kind of meet you where you are so I can get you to the deeper level. So I'm gonna say like you're harboring bad energy inside of you that's killing you because you're manipulating yourself to do something that's not life, and that's why you feel like you're gonna pass out and you gotta like have some salt water and all this other stupid stuff. Like, first off, I don't even think you should drink water. I haven't drunk water in like 8 months. I'm not saying not to drink water, but like water's not the solution. Technically, it is a solution, but it's not the answer. Let me use the restroom.
Okay. Which, if you can, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it down in the comments. And when Mikey gets back, I'll ask him. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. So, Mikey is about to release a new podcast episode with Rachel. Rachel has a Spotify podcast with actually quite a bit of followers. And yeah, she recorded the whole podcast in video form so that Mikey could release it also to his group of people. So you guys can all see it. It's coming out soon, okay? This week.
All right, cool.
And
Bring this phone back in.
okay.
And I'm gonna Hey, dude, there's water pouring out of this well. If you guys want to collect it, it's pouring out. It's just water. All right, Sasha, what's up?
Yeah. Maurice said, when I join you live, I feel myself more present, coming in your energy. I feel your vision. It's so amazing. So much life, energy. Woo!
You know what I'm
Heart.
saying? And that's the real stuff, because like you guys can talk about scientific terms, stats, studies, but like literally when people experience this presence, whatever this is, it's a harmonic state. Obviously, I know, but for whatever you guys would want to say it is, it's undeniable. Like you get energy from it. It's like, bro, like I haven't even eaten. I'm not drinking something. I'm just experiencing Mikey, and I get this type of energy, this type of high. It's like, dude, what the heck am I? What is this? That is the validation of the experience. It's the preface. So before you go out and experience this great tangible world, you can experience this energy, and this energy kind of confirms it, locks it in a sense, establishes it, so you end up experiencing a better reality. And you don't even need calories. You don't need to think about all this crap, because they still know all that crap, and they're still failing, they're still dying, they still look horrible, they're still withering away, they still need to eat a bunch just to have life. But yet we're hearing this energy without any sort of stimulants or something like that. Yeah, some coffee back there, about you don't need pre-workout or this or that, or even breathing it to get like stimulate. We're just being, and then from this alone, like there's this charge, and it's completely covering this realm, specific field, and even it's transmitted through the internet. I've had so many watch my live people like, man, Mike, I'm getting charged up, man, because it's real, and that's the confirmation of it. I'm here to be that example or show you guys there's more to life. You don't have to, whatever they're telling you that you have to do, you don't have to do that. You don't have to fast. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to work out. You don't have to take supplements. You have to do a diet or something like that. Like literally, it's a conscious engagement. I'm not saying go out and eat junk food or do something bad, but what I am saying is there's a whole other level that actually gives results. The people who don't have the results can't really talk about it. They can have an opinion, but who cares about their opinion? But the people who have the results, like they have the authority to share it, because they're emitting this. They're the example of it. They're, it's showing this. They're that example energy. So yeah, it's undeniable, man.
So LKIFEK on YouTube asked, does this also apply for strokes and heart attacks? Is it just psychological?
I have to understand what you're saying. What do you mean this? Does this apply? What are you saying this is? Let me say, does this apply? Because how can I say what this does if this is a mystery? What do you mean by this? We have to have clear context before we give an answer. So many people are just ready to give the answers. It's like, well, what are you actually saying right now in this moment? Because I can start assuming and filling in the gaps, but which might be what I have to do.
Joe said, hi, Mikey. Here's a big one. Besides focusing on longevity and spiritually powerful, what do you want to achieve in this lifetime?
I don't focus on longevity, nor am I spiritual. That's the kicker. A lot of people think if these, I don't even focus on. I don't care. If I die today, okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to. I'm not trying to, but obviously, if I was doing this right, I wouldn't. So I'm not focused on longevity. It's the opposite. I'm actually focused on here and now and engaging with life now. What good is it to live for a long time if you're not aware in the meantime? you know. And then spiritual stuff. I'm not even spiritual. I don't claim spirituality. I don't like spirituality is this. Spirit means breath. Look it up. Spirit means breath, and spiritual, ritual. It's a ritual. Spirituality, rituality is a ritual, which is a rite of passage into the next thing and next phase, like into manhood, into womanhood, the rite of passage, the ritual. So spirituality is this breathing into the next moment of the experience. So all that we're experiencing, as long as we keep breathing, is spiritual. So those things I don't even focus on. So besides focusing on those, I don't focus on them. I focus on what's actually happening, like what's really happening, what really is this, what's going on, not just my interpretation of it, what's the most fundamental explanation I can give for the experience that's happening right now, so I can get a clear understanding of what's going on, so I can continue living in it and moving to the next phase of it. A lot of people never grow into the next phase of their life, because most people like never advance into the next phase of their life because they don't even know the phase they're in. If you can't describe the phase you're in, you're not going to move to the next one. So they stay stuck for sometimes 20, 30, 40 years. So I spend the majority of my focus examining what's going on in my reality, and then accepting it and agreeing with it, so I can draw the power from it, so I can move into the next phase. That's the majority of what I do. It takes a lot of energy to be able to do that, but that's what I'm here for. That's what we're all here for, to experience life. Whatever thoughts you guys may have of me, most likely it's not actual. I don't focus on longevity, although I might live forever. I might, but it's not my focus. I'm not spiritual. I don't diet. I don't fast. I'm not a breatharian. I don't believe in fruits. I don't think fruits are all that great. So like whatever terminology and interpretation that you have is most likely coming from this manipulated world, and it's a projection that it's not accurate. I'm here to share and open with you guys so we can have that correct definition. So thanks for asking your questions. But I'm just letting you know, like, to preface, most likely whatever you think about me, it's not it. I'm not a breatharian. I'm not fasting. I don't believe in starving yourself. I think fasting's stupid. I don't do cardio. I don't do body weights. I don't do workout. I don't exercise. I don't believe in really in spiritual things too much. But I do see energy, and that energy, when it's engaged, opens your mind, and that's what life is. You get energy and it opens your mind. That's it. It's a get energy, open your mind. Use your open mind to get more energy. Get that energy, open your mind. Use that open mind to get more energy. Then it's a
And
you can do it a little bit more now, so I should squeeze.
Okay. You got it.
Thank you. I'm gonna do this. It's my shorts, so I know that nothing shows. I'm like swimming in the pool. Hey, what's up, guys? All right, what's up?
Awesome. So, Rightus said big love. And Jose said, I don't drink coffee because most coffee beans have mold, but how often does Mikey eat a day / drink liquids? I just see he went to the bathroom. He mentioned not eating for 300 days, so I'm so interested right now.
And who's this?
Jose.
What's up, Jose? So I'm not too worried about mold. Mold's not even bad. I don't even think like mold is. I don't think cancer's bad. I don't think parasites are bad. I don't think bacteria is bad. I don't think mold is bad. So like, yeah, you can drink all the mold you want to, even on peanuts. That's where the peanut allergy like usually comes from. It's more of a telltale in your body, you know, and its ability to. I look like a freaking like put together robot. Like, I'm like seeing myself on the screen over there. But I eat once every like 300 days. So yeah, I don't eat every day, but I drink juices and blood and stuff like that. Milk, tea, of course, like coffee, espresso. I'll drink sometimes kombucha, like Leia made some homemade kombucha. I'll drink that. I don't really drink water though. So yeah.
Lucas?
Sometimes I'll go like 12 to 18 hours without drinking anything, because I drink mainly for the mental acuity. if I'm noticing my mentality starting to slip, I'm stuttering, I'm making mistakes, that's when I drink something. But I don't drink to try to nourish my body so much. It's mainly about the state of my mind. And that's where like the liquids come in.
Lucas said you talked about people having so fast transformations. Did they usually mainly focus on just one or two methods, which are the most important for them, or how did the implementation usually look like for them?
Cool, Lucas, what's up? What's up, Lightbringer? How you doing, man? The light. Um, the guide's in order, so you just do it in order. So they had fast results because the first couple steps of the guide are the most powerful. That's why I always go back. Like people are like, Mikey, how do I fast for 40 days and 40 nights? Mikey, how do I grow muscles and all this other stuff? But I always go back to the very first thing. I always go back to the very first thing. People want this, then when we tell them about this, it's like, well, that's completely determined upon are you doing the first thing or not. So in the guide, how you see life, like what you think this actually is going to determine your results. What's in your environment, how you view yourself, and then like what you do. Wow, thank you so much, guys.
I totally didn't even.
It's all cool, whatever.
Yeah.
So ultimately, like people, it's funny.
I guess they could still hear you.
Yeah, it's all cool. But it's going to be determined completely from doing the first things of the guide. The first steps of the guide are the most prominent things. That's why I put them in the beginning of the guide. And when you do the most important, like I put the first things first, you do that, of course you're going to get fast results. But if you try to do like the last thing first, you wouldn't get super results. That's a weird sound.
Mm-hmm. It's like a bird mixed with something else. And Fernanda said, nice tan. Also, he asked, or is it just
Lucas.
really yeah, Lucas. Or is it really just connecting to life? Finished reading the guide and I'm not 1000% sure yet how much I should implement ones, etc.
We'll do it in order. Like, do like.
Oh, he did say makes total perfect sense. Got it.
Cool,
I was
awesome.
reading his old
Okay,
messages.
cool, perfect.
He also said I could probably just ask this at the Discord later too.
Probably, and you can probably ask the community too. Like for the most part, like the majority of the community like kind of grasp it. But like, there's things in the guide that say to do stuff. Yeah, do that. When the guide says do this, there's things in the first couple pages that the guide says to do. Do that. Don't read the guide and be like, man, what do I do? Like it, like when it says to do something, stop reading and go do it if you can, or start applying it and internalizing and planning how are you going to add this into your life and just do it. And that's where you get the results from. You don't get results from I read the guide. No, you get results from understanding what I'm saying in the guide.
And Otilia from Facebook asked, what do you use beside coconut to replace water?
I don't use coconut to replace water. So remember, like whatever interpretation you guys have of me, like it's most likely not the actual one. I don't use coconuts to replace water. Coconuts, nothing can replace water. There's nothing to replace water with, so I don't ever try to replace anything. If you have the mindset of, oh, I can just replace it, you're coming from, and I'm not talking about you. What's the person's name? Attilia or something like that?
Otilia.
Otilia? I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying like overall when a person thinks like this, oh, if I can just replace it, they're already planning to lose because they're like, okay, well, if I don't have, I'm just going to accept defeat and I'll just try to do something else. Like, no, go in there. What needs to happen? Why do you even need water and all this other stuff? And you find out, like from the guide and everything else, you won't need as much anymore. So you don't replace water. Like you can't replace water. You can't replace a steak. You can't replace a mushroom. There's no replacement for anything. That is that thing, and that's why it's that thing and not that thing, because it's that thing and that thing is only that thing and nothing else could ever be that thing. But when you're under the guise that these things can be replaced, then you start supplementing with pharmaceuticals and stuff like that, and that's where people get sick because they're sick in the head first. Nothing can be replaced. People, places, things, like nothing. Things are similar, but they can't be replaced. You have to understand the energy that they actually are to have the fullness of it. Am I in frame now? I might move it a little bit more. Here, right? Okay, cool.
And Portal Emporium on IG asked,
It's a cool name.
why don't you make the guide available for everyone for free?
Okay. This reality works in a very specific way. When you understand how this reality works, then you can be effective in it. If you don't understand how this reality works, then you'll have a lot of thoughts and ideas, but no success or achievement or completion. So you have to understand the difference of a thought versus a projection, right? You can have 1,000 thoughts of what to do for your business, but it doesn't mean that they're going to actually work or be what you're supposed to do or anything else. But you can have a built out foundation and an infrastructure of how your operations are ran and how they're seen to the fulfillment of why you even have that system in the first place, which you can kind of navigate and direct your projection or your forecasting on what you're going to do. When you do that, you have success. That's why I make the guide like this, because I only want success for myself and for other people. If a person can't do these basic things, they're not going to see success over here. When you understand how this world works, if a person can't count, if a person can't read, if a person can't understand subject, predicate, and understand the topic of what's being discussed and have that forethought and future pacing, those people are not going to be successful in life. So I made all of my life set up to where, like, no matter who I'm engaging with, what I'm doing, I'm going to establish a success in myself, and the people who engage with me are going to have success as well. And then those people who are over here, like, you notice I'm not talking to kindergartners. I would waste my time. If I talk to pre-K, if I talk to infants, I'd waste my time, because that infant just does not have the infrastructure to understand and receive the message of what's going on. So in the same way, how I make the guide available is not for everybody. I'm not trying to make the guide available for kindergartners or pre-K or people who can't read or all this other stuff. There's a very specific person who the guide can fit to, because they will do it. And if a person can't do this over here, this little thing over here, they certainly won't do what's greater over here. And I only want the guide to work for people. So I don't even worry about those people or focus on them, because I understand how this realm works to a certain degree, which is why I have the results I have and everything else.
So he also responded, in that sense, success equals money? Question mark.
No, not at all. I never mentioned money at all. I mentioned being able to read, comprehend, and understand. Never mentioned money. You have to understand the own limitations of your mind. So, like, if you hear success and you can only equivalent it to money, even though money was never discussed or spoken upon, then you have to question yourself, like, man, how am I limiting or dampening my own mind to where I can't even comprehend what's going on? Which is what I'm saying. Why don't I even talk to those people? Because they can't even if I said it, they wouldn't even understand. So I don't even, like, take my time to try to explain. If you can't do these basic things, you're not a right fit for it. Like, you're not right for the hire. Like, I wouldn't hire somebody who, you know, I'm not going to have somebody build my website who doesn't understand code or to something of the degree, right? I'm not going to make somebody who makes my graphics who doesn't understand color theory. I'm not going to have somebody make my description and product descriptions and stuff like that if they can't speak English. And in the same way, like, I wouldn't even take the time to say to these people, because if I say this, they won't even comprehend it. Success is not money at all. Money is just the effect of it. Success is the apprehension, the understanding, and then the completion of whatever it is. A relationship, a business, results in your body. Success is the apprehension of the goal or the desire that you had by understanding something. That's what success is.
They asked because they mentioned money. I said, why isn't the guide for free? And you start talking about success.
100%. If you only think that, okay, cool, here. If you only think that success is money, dampening of the mind, because I mentioned understanding. Okay, well, hey, if you mention understanding, does free mean understanding? Okay, comprehension. Does free mean comprehension? Certain levels. Hey, does free mean certain levels? Hey, does free mean kindergarten? Hey, but you only tied it when I said success. That's your only point of reference to it, which means that mind is not multidimensional, but myopic. It can only see in one way. To have success in the guide, right? If I even made it available for people, you can't be myopic. You have to be able to see in all ways. And to be able to see in all ways, you have to understand a certain language. You can't understand a certain language, you're not going to be able to see beyond the limitations that you have. So it'd be a waste of their time and my time. So, yeah.
And
You
Jose,
get what I'm saying? I might go back on that a little bit more because do you get what I'm saying, right? If you're suggesting it like that, but there's no success backing this person up, right? And this is not against this person. I'm just saying, like, let's make a person who's like, hey, well, Mikey, free, right? Okay, before you would make a suggestion about what I should do, what success have you achieved? Because whatever you say comes from the spirit that you're in that has generated your life and your results. If I look into your life and there's nothing of accomplishments there, then if I ever took their words on, I would no longer accomplish, which is why I never take health advice from somebody who's sick, never take wealth advice from somebody who's poor, never take relationship advice from somebody who's divorced or has never even been in a relationship. It's, it's just you get the same energy of the person who's giving the advice to you. So if a person says, hey, free, I look at their life, I'm like, I can't take advice from you because you have nothing to back up what you're saying. They usually don't have the mental cognition to even sustain something to have some sort of success. That's why they want it for free, because they don't have the ability to hold on to something until they see success in their own life. It's crazy. And it's a hard truth, right? When I say words, I don't usually say like truth and bad and stuff like that, but like it's a hard truth. Like usually the person who says that has no achievement of their own, and they don't even have the ability to hold on to something to see success. How could they do the guide and see success when it takes over a year to do it? They can't even they can't even do this one simple thing. So those people, like, I'm not invalidating them as a person, but understanding that's just an opinion and that's as far as it goes. It's not actual applicable advice because those people don't have the degree to understand what would actually show success in a person's life, to where I only give the guide to people or make it available for people who can do it. I don't try to market it or whatever, like, oh, everyone needs the guide. Like, it's for everybody, yeah. But if a person can't do it, like, I'm not going to waste their time, because then that would be on me. And then, like, oh, I did the guide, I didn't do it. And I look at them like, you're not doing the guide. A lot of people aren't there mentally, so I don't even endeavor in that stuff. So you really have to watch out who speaks to you that you actually consider. Instantly, you should be able to look and like, okay, there's nothing to consider. When you're walking around, you're going to the grocery store, you're looking, you're considering, oh, this is going to make me healthy. Oh, this is going to help me lose weight. Oh, this is going to give me good energy. Oh, this is going to give me protein. Oh, like, you're considering, even whenever you're dating a person, you're looking at them and you're hearing their life story. Like, are they in debt? Do they have a good relationship with their parents? Like you're considering all these things before you make a decision. In the same way, when someone gives a advice or an opinion, you have to consider them. Like, is this worth considering? Would you have any proof that you can sustain or create or generate some sort of success? And if not, then, like, just stays an opinion. Yeah.
and it's Joe said, can you tell us about your soul's calling? Have you found, or are you still on the journey of finding it?
There's no journey. I don't believe in journeys. I don't believe in journeys either. So I don't believe in fasting. I don't believe in breatharianism. I don't I don't like none of that stuff. I don't believe a journey either. Like, it's just right. Like, this is it. There's nothing to arrive to, because then that puts it in ahead of you and you can mess it up. And, like, none of that stuff is real. You're either acknowledging the present moment right now or not. The only purpose that you were given life is to live. It's not a journey. It's not a destiny. You can be whatever you want to be. A doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be an astronaut, you can be whatever you want to be. There's no journey. The journey does not exist. Yeah, you're not to a specific point right now, but the whole purpose of living is not to get to that point. The purpose of living is to acknowledge the very present moment and engage with it. That's what life is. That's what my soul's here, is to experience the fullness of life. So easy. What else, Sash?
And Life's Fun asked, do you believe, or why don't you believe in Jesus anymore? Is that more of an energy for you now?
Um, okay, cool. It's not that I don't believe in Jesus, it's that I'm not concerned about it. Like, it doesn't matter. People use hell to put urgency on people to believe now. So they have to be manipulated even into believing something because there's no actuality or experience of it right now. That's not what life is. Life is only right now. It's not heaven, it's not hell, it's not the afterlife, it's not what's later. It's about you engaging with this moment now. Some people believe in Jesus and never became conscious their entire life. They never actually saw what's going on, what actually is this. So for God to give a person a life and just, okay, believe in Jesus and then die 60 years, 70 years is like, it's a waste of a life. You were put here to experience life and actually be plugged in and engage with it. And whenever you see that, there's no intermediary. There's no arbiter. There's no person who's stepping in on the behalf of, in a sense. There's simply you engaging with life at every single moment. And for that, I can't be distracted by, what they say I should be distracted by. So the person's like, oh, free. The same person like, well, you should believe in Jesus. I look at their life and I'm like, I don't want your life. I don't want that. That's not what I want. Look at their life. I don't want that either. There's this higher way. So like I used to be Christian, and why I'm not Christian anymore is because that was a ceiling. It was a certain level, but there's a level above that. And there's a level above that. And there's a level above that. And you keep going up and there's infinite levels to keep exploring what life is. And that's what life is, the constant embrace of the next moment. Makes it so much easier.
And 288 said, do you know when the people from the outer worlds or continents are going to come here?
You're talking about like the ice wall and stuff like that? Is that what you're saying?
Not sure. Let's find out.
Sure, yeah.
So Jose said, Mikey has unlocked his pineal gland and has the ability to connect to the ether/consciousness. This is the energy he is talking about. Similar experience when you meditate or take mushrooms. Truly connecting to Akashic records. Ether is so interesting. It's all around us. We're breathing consciousness, which is God.
Jose, I really appreciate the comment, man. Yeah, thanks. I'll say this: there's nothing to unlock. There's no there's nothing to. You've always had everything, always, and there's no unlocking of, like, you may develop a greater functionality of a specific gland or organ, but there's no unlocking. For that to be established within a person's thought and paradigm means that they're disassociated from it, so they have to achieve to reach it versus just embodying it whenever you are. There's nothing to unlock. It just grows with the development that you have. So as you grow, it grows in your ability of it. Ether's cool, and I'm not too concerned with it, but a lot of those are like buzzwords for spiritual people and stuff like that. Just breathe. Like, yeah, the atmosphere is great, but the sun's great, and the clouds are great, and the rain's great, and the hot's great, cold's great, food's great, liquids are great, water's great, so just live. You even got to try to put all that stuff on it. Leave ether, open up the pineal gland, and living off conscious. Like, everything's consciousness. Like, you're not breathing in consciousness. It's everything is from the consciousness. Dirt, this bed back here, this floor, like the ceiling, everything's consciousness. So no matter what you do, it's some sort of consciousness. So yeah, it makes it a lot easier than having to, okay, I need to get into my like meditative practice of breathing in 5D ether energy and like going to my kundalini and open up my pineal gland so I can take in the content. You're already doing it, bro. Like, just acknowledge it. It makes it so much easier.
And 288 said, yeah.
Yeah, what?
About the ice wall thing. So. You asked him a question.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, okay, cool. Like, you're asking me a question, like, okay, yeah.
Benedict.
Like, what do you want me to say? So make up something for you, and like,
that you have no.
Yeah, what people? Like, who cares? Like, what are you doing to yourself today? Like, right now in this moment, are you actually caring for yourself and loving for yourself? Are you worry about some people you've never met that might be a fable, that might be all made up, just to give your energy to because you're bored with yourself? Like, go into yourself and like focus on yourself versus about worrying what's beyond some wall. You worried about the Mexicans in Mexico or something like that? Like, what's beyond that wall? You worried about the people on the other side of the Great Wall of China? Like, What about the Berlin Wall? They tore that down. Like, it's just, you're worried about things that, who cares? These are just distractions. Who cares? Who cares? You never met them anyway. They don't pay your bills. Like, who cares? What do you mean the people beyond the wall when they're coming? Like, who cares? Well, like, how are you breaking your own walls in a sense and seeing the real you for who you are? I don't care about some ice wall people. Like, they haven't been here this whole time. And if they have any power, why weren't they here before? Why haven't they not showed up? Like, what, you know? So you know what I'm saying?
And Benedict asked, how do you manifest abundance?
I don't believe in manifestation. I don't believe in manifestation either. Like, there is a manifestation guide in my Discord, but I don't believe in manifesting. What you have is simply the confirmation of how you think and what you engage in. So you don't need to manifest abundance. You need to recognize you live in scarcity because you think in scarcity. You look for scarcity. You agree with scarcity. So you just know yourself and see what you agree with, why you agree with it, not to even change it, but earnestly and authentically just wanting to know yourself. And then as you see yourself, maybe if you want to, at that point, you can shift and change. And as you do, like, you'll experience that. And if it's abundance, then that's what you'll experience. But you'll need to manifest abundance. This is manipulation. You guys make it a lot harder on yourself having to try to manifest. It's harder than it has to be. It doesn't have to be that hard. Just be and live. And acknowledge. The main thing is acknowledgement. You've got to be able to acknowledge reality, like what's actually going on. Like, look outside. It's going to rain today. Do I need an umbrella? Do I need to like pack something? Like, is a cold front coming in? Do I need to pack a sweater? Are we going to the beach? Do I need to pack some swimming shorts and some goggles? Like start acknowledging what's going on, and then embrace that. And then you'll have everything that's associated with that. It makes life so much easier. All these, like, the people who are talking about embracing abundance, they've been talking about this for years. Like, why don't people have abundance? You already saw all the YouTube videos. How many more do you need? How many times have you written down your goals or spoken affirmation or declarations or like did like little rituals where you're trying to like, all right, bro, if it would have worked, it would have worked. Like, come on, like stop doing antiquated stuff. Like, let's get onto the real thing. Like, just start acknowledging life. That's the main thing. You're here. You were born and it already started. It's like buying a piece of technology. It's like preloaded, just turn it on. Like, you're already in it, you know?
And Dawn said, I believe you're helping me to the next level. I'm breaking through some heavy mental exhaustion. Thanks so much. I hope you stream daily. I'm in California, so I'll try to keep up with you.
I love you, Dawn. Real talk. Real talk. For sure. I mean, I have a lot of all my videos pretty much posted on my YouTube channel. So it's going to Mikeybreathes on YouTube, and this live segment is called Mikeybreathes Exposed. So just go there.
And Visionary Utopia on IG asked, do you ever do any community work in your neighborhood?
Okay, cool. So I don't have a neighborhood. Just like I don't believe in manifesting. I don't do that. Like in every way that you would see a person, I'm not that person. So I don't have a community because I don't live in a community. I travel usually every single month, from month to month, and I'm in a new city, a new country, every so often. So yeah. So there's no thing to do like that. I don't really believe in it anyway, but if you want some stuff to make you feel good about me, like, okay, is Mikey really a good guy? I buy my neighbors and stuff like that food. I've increased the local economy here to where all the people around me, I've hired their services. I've given them, pay and stuff like that. And I've boosted the local economy of my specific neighborhood. Hired the people here. I've taken all the kids out to like amusement parks and it's like go have fun and enjoy life. I give my neighbors gifts constantly, or anybody who works for me. I bought one of the people here. They didn't have like any motor transportation. I bought them a brand new bike so they can get around and be mobile. So like, Do I believe in community, like giving back to my community? No, because that would be manipulative. I just do it when I feel like it, and then I end up doing more than what people were trying to do stuff do. Because I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just like, oh, I feel like doing this, so I do it. Before that, I would mentor kids in like Section 8 housing who had like no fathers, hundreds of kids, and I would help rescue sex trafficked women off the streets. Um, I was working with an organization that's rescued over, probably by now, probably close to 3,000 women off the streets from sex trafficking. And I would go feed the homeless every Thursday. And I would do work with the homeless sometimes multiple times a week. Go feed them and talk to them and try to get them a shelter and a home and like on a program so they can get back into their like normal life. So that's my life. I don't really like to talk about it. It's not what I care to show you because it doesn't really matter. That stuff's stupid in comparison to what I'm actually talking about. Although I still do it. I still fed the homeless and saved women out of sex trafficking and mentored young kids who have no fathers. I make sure to raise the local economy by buying local everywhere I go. And anybody who works for me, I always give them bonuses and gifts for like holidays and stuff like that. I'll buy them gifts and, buy them food and take care of the people around me. I'll love the children and like, if they're too poor to go to these nice places, I'll get a group of them and I'll buy all their tickets so they can go do go-karts or bounce houses, whatever, like show them, a good life. But I don't talk about that because that's not the point. I can only do that because I'm focused on this. If I wasn't focused on this, I wouldn't have the ability to do any of the stuff I just said. So I make this the main point. So it's my thoughts. If you go to my personal Facebook, sometimes I post stuff like that, but like not really. Very rarely.
And 288 said, yeah, it's just some hope straw for the working government system to end finally.
Why want it to end? You'll be waiting forever. Why not just go make it better? Why not just go focus on something greater? Why not just make something equally as great, so awesome to where that's a thing of the past and people forget about it? If you're just like hoping and doing nothing, you're apathetic and passive. Like that, you're gonna waste your life and die in that. Like instead, go if you really have a disdain against this, then take that disdain you have and transmute it into an energy that allows you to create an organization that supersedes the one that you don't like. But hoping that, like let's focus on imaginary fairy tales of theories of like beyond an ice wall and people outside of civilization. It might be true or it might not. I don't know. I've never been there. I've been close to Antarctica, but I've never been beyond the wall. I don't know. But even if there are people there, who cares? Are they going to come save you? They might just be exactly how you are, a working person, like hoping that their government, you're waiting on nothing. You're waiting on someone to save you who's in the same position as you. Stop waiting and start doing. Don't wait for a savior, be the savior. So I don't believe in, I don't give all my faith into Christianity. I'm not waiting around for somebody to come do something for me. I'm up and I'm doing it myself. I'm blessing the children. I'm saving the women. I'm feeding the homeless. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm loving it. I'm not waiting for a savior to come do it for me. I'm being the thing that I want to see in the world.
And Benedict, or actually Lucas said, what is the testimony that surprised or fascinated you the most? Or just one that is really one of your favorites?
Dude, that's cool. Two, and they're both neurological issues. One, a dude who had Tourette's for 58 years reverses Tourette's by being on the guide. The dude had a neurological issue, a disorder, and he's had it for over 50 years of his life. Taking medication or whatever, like doing all this stuff, and then with a few months of being on the guide, completely reversed it. He lived with this. He was born with it. And he's in his 50s, his late 50s, about to be 60. And just by being on the guide for a few months, completely reverses disorder. That's insane to me. That's like, what the heck? Teeth regenerating back. Sausage teeth regenerated back. Seeing teeth regenerate, it's like, what? Teeth can regenerate? Oh, crap. That's insane. Like, what the heck? Not that we were even trying, but her teeth ended up regenerating. But the other one, the second one, is a woman who had migraines, constant migraines. She'd get them almost every day, at least multiple times a week for 20 years of her life. I think her name's Robin. She was one of like the first testimonies from the guide. She had migraines, chronic migraines, would take pharmaceuticals and all this other stuff. Never helped her. She got on the guide. And within 2 weeks, she completely stopped having migraine. Within 2 weeks, she completely stopped having migraines. She's had them for 20 years and went to doctors and all this other stuff. It's like nothing ever worked. She'd have them constantly, daily, multiple times a week. And then 2 weeks on the guide, completely stopped. For the first time in her life. She's like, what the heck, dude, this is crazy. Like, what the heck? Those are some of the most powerful testimonies. But it goes on and on, like diabetes reversing and all kinds of stuff. Psoriasis, eczema, irregular period. There's a woman who's post-menopausal, so she already had her whole transition from menopause and everything like that. And she was post-menopausal for 3 years. And then she got on the guide, and within a month, she started having her period again. She's been postmenopausal for 3 years, no period. She went through the whole phase of menopause and everything else, She's like 56. And then she's on the guide for less than a month. She started having her period again. It's like, what the heck? What? Is this even what? So yeah. I mean, I had some crazy stuff. But I don't talk about too much because it's kind of like, feeding the homeless or like saving the women from sex trafficking. Like, it's not something I like. That's not the focus. It's the result. It's like, of course, like if I'm living this life, of course that would happen. If I'm living this life, of course the person would be healed, regenerated. Of course of course life would be better. So if I start focusing on, hey, look at the accolades, or get too much on the effects, I lose the ability. So I just stay focused on this is what it is, this is what it is, this is what it is. People are just piling up of like testimonies and people being saved, no longer wanting to end their life and all this other stuff. It's just like, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here. So I just focus on that. Just stay focused. Jesus didn't go, I'm not comparing myself to Jesus, but I'm just saying, like, if you look at Jesus, he didn't go around saying like how many miracles he did. Hey, I fed, the multitudes the other day. Hey, did you hear that I like walked on water? He didn't go around talking, he just did it. And as he stayed focused, he kept doing more. So that's kind of, I glean from that, I do the same, I just stay focused and more comes.
And Lucas said, wow.
Crazy stuff.
And 288 said, all right, thank you, I will.
Yeah, dude, do something. Like don't be passive. Don't talk about it. Go and do something. Who cares about an ice wall or some civilization you've never seen before? Do you love your neighbor? Do you love the people that you can see? Do you hate people? That's way more important than some civilization that you don't know beyond. Like, love your neighbor, bro. Be there for them. That's what I would say.
And Jose said, unlocked isn't the right word. I meant to say decalcified because
Who said it was calcified? Who said my pineal gland was calcified? Did you go in? Did you see the records and say that, okay, that it was once calcified, but now it's not? We don't know that. You don't like now we're just using words. And if you just start using words loosely, like we could really deceive ourselves. I don't know if my pineal gland was ever calcified. I can't confirm that. You don't know if I grew up in the country drinking fresh water and I've always been like this, but now we're going to use these terms and stuff like that. We don't know. So I'm saying, like, unlocked, we got to really watch the words. Decalcified, we got to really watch the words, because if not, we'll start living in a delusion. And I don't want you guys to live in a delusion. There's no need to. There's no need to.
Something's overflowing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Hey,
I guess so, but they're also like,
dried up no more.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, we unlocked the abundance.
Unlocked abundance. Yeah. Our wells are overflowing.
Heck yeah.
You can say hell, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, like, okay.
H-A-I-L, hell. Yeah. That's how I see it. I don't see like H-E-L-L, yeah. It's hell, like all hell.
Do you want me to read the rest of his?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay. And said, because society/elites keep us weak by calcifying our pineal glands with
society. I'm just saying, like, before you guys start saying all that stuff, like, if so, then let them. Do you know what I'm saying? Probably not. Let me go deeper in this. If society, right? Society, who's society? Your society. Sasha's society. Like, civilians are society. Society is, I don't know anybody from society who's like, here, come here, Mike, I'm gonna calcify your pineal gland. I don't know anybody from society who's trying to calcify my pineal gland. Now, there might be a person who has a lot of money, like the elite, like you say, who may have agendas to do this, but thank God they did, because it woke us up to be more conscious. Wait, you're trying to calcify my pineal gland? What's a pineal gland? Now I even know what it is, because they were trying to calcify. If they would have never even tried to calcify, you probably wouldn't even know what it is. This is like a new term. We've always had them, but I'm like saying, like, you learned about that in kindergarten or first grade or whatever. So like, thank God they're trying to calcify it, because now it's showing you what organs you have inside of you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to even take like the victimhood, in a sense, and draw power from it. Thank God, because now it's waking you up to even do something about your life. It's time, bro. Sasha walked away from the keyboard at AFK, man. Yeah, sure. I won't let you guys stay in a weak position. I'm not going to sit here and agree with like victimhood. Like, if elites are doing that, then do something about it, guys. You become elite. You get a bunch of money. You go out and change stuff. You go do something. You like, who cares? I don't care. Let the best man win. If the elites want to win, then okay, cool. Here, then give them a good fight.
The Swiss
But if they're doing this stuff, you're letting them win. Then it's on you at that point. It's not even them. Like, if they're playing chess and you're not moving your pieces, it's on you, bro. So this is calling you to a higher standard of effectiveness. All right, what's up?
The Swiss creator asked, what do you think of hair being like antennas?
Yeah, it is. You know, that's how, if a bug is crawling on you, like, it's picking up and it's helping receive a signal. And that's what it means. Like, it doesn't mean like, okay, I'm going to pick up, 98.5 radio station with my hair antennas. It's like, it's just receiving signals. That's all it is. It's receiving data from the atmosphere.
Awesome. And Benedict asked,
What a cool name.
why do you not need food without losing weight? What?
Okay.
What?
No, I get it.
But there's more to his question.
Okay, go
You want
ahead.
me to read the verse? Where does the matter come from that sustains you? How does it make sense to you?
Cool. What's up, Benedict? How's it going, man? I'm not saying I don't need food. I never said I don't need food. If you guys think I'm fasting, if you guys think I'm against food, if you guys think that, I'm not. That's not me. I believe in food. You should eat food every single day. And I believe in eating food. So yeah, there you go. I'm not against food. I'm not about being a breatharian or trying to stop eating food for, like, this stuff's just like for the insecure. Me, I eat food, and I've brought my body to such a high optimization to where, like, the food that I eat, I can last longer on it. I still intake juices and stuff like that, if you want to call them calories. It's very harmful if you believe in calories, but you can say that. But I'm not against food. But my body's extremely optimized. I was at a point where I was eating every single day and I was still losing weight. Now I'm at a point I don't eat every day and I've gained muscle mass, I've gained weight. But it's about optimization. It's about understanding what this realm is, about operating in it, sustaining in it, and everything else. But if you're worried and fearful and have a bunch of doubt, it's going to like drain you. It's going to make you atrophy. If you're around a bunch of toxins and poisons and you hate yourself, you're going to like get skinny and DIE, bro. All right, next.
And Life's Fun asked, do you discuss quantum physics in the guide?
Not really. It's not necessary. Like, why do you need to discuss it? Like, let's go to things that you need to do versus just talking. I don't discuss anything. This is not a discussion. This is an applicable step-by-step process and engagement to get you results. I'm not here to discuss stuff. Well, let's talk about theories and quantum theory. Like, why? We're just jerking off. We're not doing anything. Like, let's actually do something that's going to get you physical results. It's going to expand your mind. Like, actually, not you can just regurgitate something that you heard. Well, the double slit experiment shows that reality is not so solidified. Okay, well, then go do something, bro. Go double slit your life and go be wealthy. Then go do it. All right, you've already heard all this stuff enough times. I'm not about that stuff. There's enough of that out there already. I'm about applicable, realistic steps that you can take to conserve the energy within inside of you so you can direct it towards your cognition so you can become more aware of the reality that you're in. That's it. There's no discussion. Like even in my comments, people try to discuss with me. I'm like, I'm not here to talk theory, bro. I'm not here to talk to you in my comment section. I'm not here to look. If you like what I'm doing, here's what I do. If you don't like what I'm doing, I'm not here to talk to you about. Like, I don't care to try to prove or try to like live up. Like, who are you anyway? You know, not you who asked the quantum thing. Not you. But I'm saying like people who are like, Mikey, prove to me is like, who do you think you are, bro? Get out of here with that stuff. Oh, y'all. What else?
And which, by the way, Benedict said appreciated.
Benedict, I love you, bro. And I'll always only give you guys the highest way. That's it. I'm not here to like pussyfoot or circle jerk or something like that. I'm here for results, like real results. Let's get real results. That's why I'm here. Real results. That's it. I'm not here to talk about or like make you like me or explain my theory. Like, it worked for me. It's really freaking obvious. And I'm sharing with what I do. Mikey, but what do you do though? I'm telling you right now, if you can't understand that it's not for you, it's beyond your frequency, but I'm discussing it so plainly as we are here.
The Swiss creator asked, what do you think of hair being like antennas?
Yeah, Lay asked that one a second ago.
Oh, okay.
You can go down the bottom if there's any new ones, but yeah.
Yeah, there's more. I just wanted to,
Okay, cool.
you know,
Yeah, you're cool.
not miss.
You're good. You're good.
stuff.
And
Okay.
guys, if we didn't answer your question, nothing against you. We just scroll down, so keep posting your questions, please. I love you.
And
I like answering your questions. I'm here because I want to be here. I'm not here because I'm forced to or obligated to. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to get you to like me. If this was marketing, then I'm doing a horrible job at it because I'm so hard. I'm so like, it's not like I'm not very friendly. You know, like, well, put on a smile because more people will buy it. Ain't that crap. I want to be here. I want to talk about this. I love your questions. I love your prompts, but I'm a man who just gets to business. I don't pussyfoot with my family, the people around me, business. I'm always about like, what are you doing? What's going on? All right, what is this? Okay, and I'm going to treat you the same like you're an adult. You know, I'm not going to nurture you as like a client and like, well, here, let me like nurture the client and like all this manipulated marketing stuff. You ask me a question, here's the answer. This is from my consciousness. It's worked for me and thousands of other people. If you don't like it, who cares? If you do like it, it'll work.
cool.
I feel
So,
cool. after saying that.
Visionary Utopia said, I love how unapologetically real you are.
That's the only way to be effective. If you're ever fake, you'll kill yourself.
SK.
Either way, you can't be fake. Fake stuff dilapidates, deteriorates. It becomes dysfunctional. You can't be fake. You have to be real. You have to be straightforward, earnest, honest, truthful, like to the point. Like most people are asking questions, but I know their question's not that. I can talk about that. They're actually talking about this, so I'm trying to get them over there. So it might seem like I'm taking them on a whole ride to answer their question, but this is the actual thing you're asking right here because this supersedes this. And when you have this, you automatically have this down here. So cool.
So Life is Fun said, I'm excited. My guide is on the way.
Let's go. Hop in the Discord too. So
And then
you have it for free, so make sure to hop in the Discord.
ET said,
Free for a week.
my skin has been breaking down since I had radiation treatments. It's been 6 months since I
There you go.
finished my treatments. You got my attention when you said eczema. Where do I find your guide?
Sasha's going to put up on the screen for you. It's going to be down here in the bottom, Mikeybreathes.com. Go get it. There's a woman who was born with a horrible condition of eczema to where she was so embarrassed to even go outside. Her skin would just peel in layers and layers. I gave her some steps from the guide, and she's within less than 2 weeks, like about 1 week, she's like, oh my God, like my eczema has gotten 10 times better. She's like, it's never been this good in my entire life. Just less than 2 weeks on the guide. And she's like, it's never been this clear ever in my entire life. So you got to build yourself up, especially after the radiation and all the dumb stuff like that. I feel for you. I love you. I don't want you to go through that stuff. But since you have, you got to regenerate. You got to replenish. You got to regenerate. And most likely, you've never had these nutrients in your body that we'll suggest in the guide. So I'll help you get there as well. Make sure to hop in the Discord too. That's where it's at. The real power is the Discord, guys. It's the guide it's the manual, the step-by-step manual, but man, the Discord has the energy. What else?
Nate said, "Hey Mikey, my partner and I got the guide. She had a heart attack. She's
When?
she's on a plant-based diet to
Oh,
reverse her heart disease and reverse the plaque in her arteries. May I get your thoughts on this?"
yeah, the plaque's going to come from plaque is not bad. Plaque is a defense mechanism that your body uses to hold on to any sort of compound that could just disable a heart altogether, or liver, or your brain, or whatever. So when you see plaque, it's not that plaque itself is the worst culprit. Sometimes plaque is a binder to hold on to these things that could just kill the person like instantly. So plant-based, no, you're gonna get a lot, you could possibly get a lot of heart failure from it. You can get like a weak heart from it. Um, COQ10, you can find, I think there might be some plants you can find it in, but you can find it definitely in like liver and heart and stuff like that. So it's going to replenish your heart a lot better. You can also get some other agents like bentonite clay to help, but ultimately the reason why she had that, she probably used a lot of toxins, especially in her developmental years as like a kid, like shampoo, conditioner, hair wash, maybe hair dye, maybe she vaped or something like that.
He said heart attack was in 2024.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's not cool. Well, stress will be like the final straw, but like everything I'm saying before most likely accumulated it. So all the chemicals and toxins. So that's the first step before you do anything else. Like before you get like you definitely don't want to be plant-based. That's if you have the guide, just eat what the guide says. You'll have the strongest heart in the world, okay? But for you not for you try to go and be this to try to negate that, you're missing why the person had the heart attack. You didn't have the heart attack because you're not plant-based. You didn't have the heart attack or the plaque because you're not this. You had it because of this, because there's something in your environment causing it, not because what you're not doing, but because what you're putting into you. So you got to find that's the culprit. Usually, again, it's toxins. Hop in the Discord. You're both there. Hop in the Discord. It's free for a week. So you have a follow-up. Like when you buy the guide, you have a follow-up email and click on the email. And you have a free week in the Discord. So hop in. I love you guys. Many blessings to you and her. It sucks. I'm not for that. I don't want you guys to die. I don't want y'all to get sick. I don't want y'all to have a disease. I don't want y'all to have anything like that. I don't want you guys to go through that stuff. And you don't have to. So I would definitely suggest just whatever the guide says, do it. Like all that it says, just do it. There's not something outside. Well, here you went through that. No. Okay, no, the guide's not good for that. Here, I'll tell you this. No, the guide has everything. The guide is everything. It's all, that's it. You do that, it regenerates your heart, your brain, your liver. Like if it can help somebody with a 50+ year condition of Tourette's, it can help somebody with a 2-year condition of, heart fatigue and like, heart attack, heart failure, stuff like that. So like she's not in that bad of a position. Like it's not a good position at all, but I'm telling you, like there's worse positions.
He said she was a smoker.
Well, there you go. All the toxins right there. So yeah, being plant-based ain't going to help you with that. Like you could if you want to, but that's not it. There's other things that she has to do, which is in the guide, especially sleep. She needs to sleep a lot, dude.
And then SK Gara said, "Hello, what meals are best for burning belly fat?"
You don't burn belly fat. It's a myth. It's not something that you want to do. It's this that's like pseudo manipulation from the world to get you to think that you're doing, like, throw that ideology, that paradigm in the trash. You don't ever try to lose weight. Never try to lose weight. Never try to gain weight. Instead, actualize where your body currently is right now and see, how did you get here? What factors in your environment led to this? And it's not just overeating. It's not. So the guide will show you what's in your environment that's poisoning you, what you're doing that's killing you, and then what you need to do to live again. And once you live again, you'll no longer need the belly fat. The belly fat's a mechanism to help you live longer because it protects you from the damage that you incurred and you accrued on yourself. When you see what you've been doing to yourself, you can stop doing that. And then that belly fat goes away because it's no longer needed. So the guide gives you a step-by-step approach and application of how to do that, like what it is. It's not about foods to burn belly fat. The belly fat's there because you've been killing yourself. You've been intaking toxins, all this other bull crap. So you're swollen. Same thing if you like broke your wrist, what would it do? It would swell. If you got bit by a snake, what would it do? It would swell. If you got bit by a bug, a sting, or even cut yourself, it would swell. If you got bruised, it would swell. That belly fat is your swelling from being so damaged. So you don't do something to burn belly fat. That's counterproductive. It's going to work against you and kill you. Why people die even though they get skinny and they have heart failure and all this other stuff, because there's exhausting their system, and these chemicals get to their heart and they die. Instead, you cooperate with your body. You see why the fat accumulated from the things that you've been damaging yourself with. You stop those things, and then the fat goes away because it's no longer needed. You don't got to ever do anything to try to burn it. Why would you burn yourself? Like think of literally burning yourself. Like, oh man, I got this fat here. Let me set myself on fire. That's how you guys are in the thinking when you follow the system of this world. It's so stupid. Oh, I got fat here. Let me just cut it out. Let me just stick a vacuum cleaner in my freaking skin and just suck it out. And take this drug, this compound to have the results of crack and all this other stuff. Like, because you guys are so harmful to yourself because you hate yourself, and that's what even got you in the position in the first place to have the fast, because you hate yourself. It's okay. We all have been there, but that's the first step, is to acknowledge like you have hated yourself. That's why you ended up there. That's why the person had the heart attack, and that's why you have fat. I had fat, I had hair loss. I was putting chemicals on my hair to treat my hair, and I lost my hair. I went bald. We got to wake up and recognize how we've been hating ourselves. And once you recognize that, you start loving yourself.
And Seg said, "Hi, Mike,"
Call
in
me Mike.
chat. And when LKIFEK asked, when was the last time you cried?
Yeah, I answered this not too long ago, but like it was last year in August. I think like August 11th. I cried because I went against who I see myself as a person in dignity by saying something towards a person that was rude and mean, by saying mean things. Something haters on the internet would like easily get away with and like live with. I said something that's not up to my standard. Like, I don't say that stuff. I don't put people down. And I said something that's like rude and like put people down, and like I'm not about that life. And then I came to the realization, like, what am I doing? I'm better than this. I don't need to degrade somebody, even if they do stupid stuff. Like, I don't need to let these words ever leave my mouth. And then from that realization, I cried. I'm like, how can I let myself down by saying this about other people to their face? Like, I'm not gossiping behind their back. It doesn't make it any better, but I'm like, I'm not that low of a person to ever talk to a person like that. And then I cried. I even apologized to the person, even though they clearly did stuff that's like, bro, how could you do this to another person? But it's still not in me to sink to that level. And that's the last time I cried. I believe it was August 11th. I believe. On a Thursday.
And Don said W.
Yeah.
Nate said, thanks, Mikey.
Yeah, totally.
And Benedict.
Are my eyes like extra blue today? Like right now, they're like super blue. They just look so blue, dude. They look blue to you, Sasha? You can see.
They look very clear. Not blue.
Can you zoom in?
They look green. Or not green, like gray.
They look, yeah, gray. Yeah. They don't. Yeah, you're right. They don't even look blue. They look gray. There's no filter on my eyes. They look gray.
Yeah, kind of grayish yellow now.
Yeah, I want them to turn full yellow now. Like, I'm on that swag. Like, I'm ready for them to be yellow. All right, cool. Thanks. All right, next question.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom back out. I can keep it kind of
close. It looks like the Shining. How they just like slow zoom in, zoom out. Like, whoa! Come on, do a row with me. Like, zoom in, zoom out. Hey, heck yeah, let's go. Ooh, all right, what's next?
Sorry, y'all.
That's cool.
It's funny. Gabriel said, I just joined now. How do I lose fat?
Gabriel, you're late.
Some months ago and stopped consuming much things and talking to my higher self.
There is no higher self to talk to. There's no fat to lose. We just distract ourselves with these figmentations. And then we feel as if we're doing something, even though our life is clearly showing, like, even if we have effect, it's like we're struggling for it and it's hard. That's the evidence we're doing life wrong. There's no higher self. You just live. All you have to do is acknowledge what is, and then the fat goes away when you stop poisoning yourself and start loving yourself. Gabrielle, be the angel you were called to be, bro. All right.
Beautiful. And let's see. Do you watch movies from Visionary Utopia?
What?
Do you watch movies from Visionary?
Man, we talked about this last time too. Not really. It's just I got better things to do, man. Like, I'd rather talk to y'all than watch a movie. Like, I'd rather be proactive and doing something than just like passive and just taking in. It's very difficult for me to just take in now because it's not, most of it's not worthy. Like, I don't want to take this in. I don't want to look at this. Why let this inside of me? It's almost like a girl. Like, why would a girl let every guy inside of her? Like, of course she wouldn't. Or for the most part, like there's a lot who won't, like most. So in the same way, I don't want most things inside of me. I don't want to close my eyes and remember that picture. So like, I don't really watch too many things. I don't want to, you know? So yeah, I don't watch too many movies. I don't really care too much.
And Yurkna said, once you're in homeostasis, is it good to state-induce the nervous system through intense experiences to make the system stronger?
Is it what? Is it necessary or
Is it good?
is it good? Okay, first off, there's no good or bad. It's whatever you want. You want to smoke 1,000 cigarettes a day? Cool. Smoke crack? Cool. There's no good, there's no bad. There's no such thing. There's simply the engagement of what you do and your interpretation of it. And if you think it's going to be beneficial to harm yourself, then you consider that good because it's your interpretation. Me, there's no need to do anything that's extreme. So I personally wouldn't do that. I would get in that rest state and just cruise and just enjoy life. Like, why are you so bored that you're trying to shock your body all the time, bro? Like, chill the F out and just enjoy. How about you take that same energy and go love people versus trying to shock yourself? Like, take the same energy of you being in homeostasis to go love more and go do things with family and friends versus trying to shock yourself and like waste your energy trying like, oh, I'm going to induce a state to make my nervous system stronger. How about you just rest in the state that your nervous system's at right now and go enjoy life with your family and your friends?
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm gonna catch you guys on y'all's words. Like, what is it? Necessary, good? Like, cause that's the bridge. Once you're in homeostasis, good, this, right? That's the conjunction there, right? So that binding word changes the outcome and the definition of what comes after. So you really have to watch those. It's not a conjunction like can't or something like that. But it's in a sense, in that sentence, it's the conjunction because that's what's bridging these two parts together to make it relative to the first part, you know? So I'm sure in grammar there's a word for it or whatever, I don't really care, but you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So those are the things that you need to watch out for in your own life. Like, look at your own stuff. Like, yo, what's actually being said? What am I saying? Why am I saying this? What does it mean? Why am I doing this? What else? Beautiful girl. By the way, you guys thank Sasha for reading those questions out. Like, she's the one reading it. If it was me, I'd be like, next. I'm playing. I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, like, thank her. She's so awesome.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Much love. Benedict asked, do you get supernatural abilities somehow from doing what you do, like telepathy or telekinesis? Do you feel the chi inside of you?
Let's just call it energy, man. Like none of us here are Chinese, unless you're Chinese. But the name Benedict, I don't know. There's probably some Chinese people named Benedict.
Yeah, there are some.
Yeah, because it's a very fancy name. Let's just call it energy, bro. Let's call it energy. Do you feel energy surging inside of you? I have reality construction, so like the moment I think of something, I want to grow in my life. I think about her, bam, she appears. I want money or something. I think it so that's the most supernatural thing. It's like materialization of reality, not instantaneously like in my hand, but like I just put this here and engage in certain like it just happens. Like all day, every day, undeniable, undisputed, uncontested. Like you could even ask the lady, like it happens sometimes instantaneously. So I'm just like, all right, that's my biggest power that I've seen so far. But besides that, I have physical supernatural abilities. I don't have telekinesis to like move things with my, I don't care to move stuff. Like just pick it up. Like I'm not lazy. I'm like, I'm gonna move. Like, yeah, if it's there and it's cool, sure, but I want to move on with my life. Like I don't really care. Like I feel like my body, this is me saying I feel like, right? it will develop it when it's needed. So I won't pursue it or try to accomplish it, but I'll achieve it when it's needed and necessary for me to sustain in reality. But right now I can just use my hands, so yeah. But as far as like I have super strength, I can go long endurance, I don't get tired. Um, I have strong durability. I can be like tossed around, thrown around. Like I don't break, I don't cut, stuff like that. I have super fast regeneration, at least like for my skin and stuff like that on the exterior if I got cut or something. So yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. But there's a lot of energy in my body because like I keep like the whole purpose of the guide is to get as much energy as you can and you keep it inside of you. So I keep a lot of that energy too. I get a lot of energy and I keep a lot of energy inside of me. I don't like most things aren't worth my time in a sense. So I don't even waste my energy on much stuff. So I get to keep all that energy and it like regenerates me, powers me up.
And Gabriel said, "Oh, there is a higher self, and it fills me up with so much information about this world, bro." And I
Oh
went,
wait, stop. Before you go on, what was Gabriel's first question? Do you remember the part of it?
the first question was, "I just joined now. How do I lose fat?"
Okay, then ask your higher self, bro. Why are you here? Your higher self's so great. Oh, it does fill me with information. Then why did you ask me about how to lose weight? Unless you're deluding yourself and you're having like, you have to be able to see how we lie to ourselves. No, there is a higher self, and it has so much. Then why are you asking? Why would you why would you slap your higher self in the face and even come to me to ask if it's higher and it knows all this stuff? And how long have you needed the weight loss? And why hasn't it helped you before? You get what I'm saying? Like there's a delusion that we can tell ourselves. I'm not saying that you haven't had an experience of a higher self, but when you approach reality in that specific way, you get this confirmation intangible with no tangible results either.
Dang.
The tangibility and the influence over reality is the confirmation of the spirituality that you engage in. Your spiritual but have no tangible effect here, or it's slow, or it's not super effective, then so is your spirituality. But if it's instantaneous, you can just think like me. I think and I get muscles. I haven't worked out in 6 years. I don't work out. I don't eat. I eat once a year. I apply this consciousness, this thought into physical reality, and there's an effect. There's a clear-cut effect. So I say, watch out, there's no higher self, because you can, if you want to believe in the higher self, I don't care. I'm not going to preach against you or try to make you not believe that. But I'm saying when you engage in that, you actually dampen the power of what you actually have, because that's the higher self. There is no higher self. You're the higher self. This is not higher than you. This higher self you say is not higher than you. It's you creating an idol to worship because you want to give to something that you can confirm yourself with that justifies you in the state that you're in versus progressing you forward. There is no higher self. And when there's no higher self, you take accountability and responsibility, and then you see it for yourself, and then you engage in it, and then you get the results without ever conversing with some higher self, because it's innate. You know what I'm saying? And then you have effectiveness. Then you don't have to ask homie on the internet, hey, how do I lose weight, bro? Well, if your higher self was real, why are you asking me? You know what I'm saying? Like these things are so easily contradicted, so easily. So I'm not against higher self. If you want to believe in higher self, cool. But also look at this, what I just said. If that's real, then why are you lacking over here? Why don't you have more money? Why don't you have why is there these holes and these gaps? Unless, and this might be one of the many options, it doesn't like you. It thinks you need to learn the hard way, which makes you suffer. It's willfully holding information from you. It's gatekeeping its own information from you because it wants you to go through all this other stuff. Then what's the point of even having communion with it if it's not even going to tell you? Why would I waste time talking to you if you're going to gatekeep me from my own information that I'm giving to myself?
Dang, this is so freaking good if you guys can actually hear the power that he's saying in this.
It's delusion. Even if the higher self is real, if it doesn't tell me now, why would you not tell me? If you're, what's the point of being a higher self and coming back if you're not going to tell me the freaking information? Oh, you need to learn it. Then two, next thing, you're either an imaginary friend or you're an a-hole. Why are you talking to me? I don't need you. Like if you're not going to show up and give me some sort of value to where I can apply it right now to my life, that's going to make a clear-cut change, then you're either imaginary or you're an a-hole. And if you're an a-hole, I don't want to talk to you. I'll figure it out myself by engaging in reality. When you take this on, this mantle that I'm sharing with you guys, You become so effective and your results become instantaneous, financially, relationship wise, health, body, and all this other stuff. From what I know, without my higher self, what are we at here?
Dude, this cuts through illusion
I,
and delusion.
I haven't worked out in 6.5 years, but I have these giant muscles. I don't eat but once a year and I have not withered away. I'm not spiritual, but man, my mind is so freaking conscious. I'm able to see all this stuff. Grew my hair back. My eyes changed color. They're now gray. They used to be brown. When you actually see what I'm saying, you can get it yourself versus trying to have an intermediary like a higher self, because it's the delusion. But if you want to hold on to delusion, it's okay. But if it's real, let it justify its existence instead of you. Why are you justifying its existence? Have it come down and justify its existence for itself, but it can't. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Stop justifying things for things that are intangible. If it's real, then let it do it itself. I let my results do the speaking. I let the house, the big, beautiful house, the beautiful women, the physical bodies, the way my mind thinks and process do all the speaking for me. I don't need to justify some invisible, intangible thing that's out there on behalf of it. If it was real, then it can do it if it's higher. But if it can't, then most likely it's imaginary.
Angelica said, you just broke such a false belief for me.
I love you, Angelica. I've always been here for you, and I always will. And that's why I'm like, if I didn't have these results, I wouldn't even talk. I'm only speaking because there's all like, what more do you want? Like, again, if the spirituality is so great, I said this earlier, then it should be able to easily affect the physical, monetarily, relationship wise. Like, you should never be in an argument with your spouse or your lover or your partner, whoever. You should always have more than enough money. You should never have to lose weight or whatever. You should always have the perfect body. I believe that. So therefore, guess what? I have the perfect body. I have multiple lovers. I have more than enough success to go for the rest of my life. I retired in 2019, somewhere in there, like at the age of like 29 or something like that, 30. When I found this out, because and I challenge these spirits, gods want to talk to me. I'm like, okay, if you're real, then do it. Here it is. Bam, dude, show up. And I took it to the bank. And then here I am now. But if all this stuff was in theory, like I couldn't prove it, or like we're just talking, that's just circle jerking. Like those people stay poor, they get nowhere, they easily contradict themselves. And I'm not talking about Gabriel, right? Gabriel, I love you. You're cool. But I'm saying if a person says something like, oh yeah, my higher self knows higher information, but then it doesn't even know how to like lose a couple pounds of body fat. It's like, well, your higher self isn't so high. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even about Gabriel. I think Gabriel's awesome and everything else. But I'm just saying, like you have to apply cognition and break things down, or you'll live in a delusion. And that's why you go in circles. You get stuck in a cycle and you don't move and advance forward. But you'll lie to yourself, not willingly, but as a security mechanism, so you don't have a mental breakdown, mental degradation, to secure yourself, to comfort yourself, like, okay, I am doing something, even when nothing's happening around you. No, it's either happening or it's not, bro. I'll put my fleece out, okay? Let the ground be wet, but the fleece be dry. You real? Okay, cool. Dry fleece. Okay, cool. Great confirmation, okay? Tomorrow, dry ground, wet fleece. Let's go. Oh, cool. The fleece is wet. Okay, now we can ride. I put it out. No change, no belief. I'm not wasting my time giving my faith to something that has no influence over reality. I don't have time to do that. I'm not going to be here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here for, but I don't have time to play patty cake with fairy tales. Either we're doing this and there's an effect, some sort of effect, or you're not getting my faith. Everybody wants you to worship it. Every god, every demon, every lord, every idol, every book. You ain't getting my faith unless you show up. Like, come on. So anyway, something like that. I don't believe in all the higher self stuff. So all the, because I'm my higher self right now, you know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? And I tap into that. Now I have the answer right now. Like, I don't have to, like, I didn't practice for you guys before I came here. Like, okay, well, let me go over my script, what to say to them. Like, I'm tapping into me right now in this moment, not the future me, not the.
Well, I just want to say this. If you
We need to clip that too. Whatever I said
I
the
know that
very
was so
first time.
freaking powerful. But I want us to say this, Gabriel. If you're trying, like, if you just drop it and not try to prove the point, but actually hear what he's actually trying to
When you're
say.
trying to prove, you're insecure. Let it prove itself, bro.
Man,
Let
he
it prove
said
itself.
something so powerful that if you can hear it, it will change your entire reality.
Let it prove itself. Where's your higher self? I don't see it. Where's higher self at? I don't see it. I don't need to lose weight. I don't need anything, actually. That's how I got here. I don't need anything. I don't need more funds. I don't need more. I have all these women. I have all this health. I have all this life. I have this radiance, this beauty. I've reversed my aging. I'm nearly 40. Grew my hair back. I was bald. I didn't have any hair. Now my hair grew back, filled back in. My eyes are now gray. They used to be brown, green and brown. I have everything that's proven itself. I don't need to speak. I don't speak on behalf of nobody. And you become more effective like that. But a lot of people are insecure, so they hold on to their imaginary friends. So they get like, you take this, you take my straw man away from me. I collapse. My identity collapsed because I believe in this. Anyway, next question, next person, whatever. If Gabriel doesn't get it, like there's people who rewatch this. They'll, maybe it's not for Gabriel, maybe he's just the prompt so like these people can stop believing in imaginary friends and start getting real results in their life.
Yeah.
I'm not here to I'm not here to hold your hand, guys. I'm not here to make you my friend. Like, I'm not here to manipulate you or seem nice to you or put on a show. If I don't believe in something, I'm going to say it, I'm going to express it. And guess what? The truth sets you free. Not me playing patty cake. Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, oh, spiritual 5D Kundalini, spiritual higher self. Oh, yeah, I totally believe in that too. No, bro. Like, hey, then do something. Turn the water into wine, dude. Do something, you know. These people get on this track. 10 years. I've talked to so many people. 10 years have passed, bro. I'm an older man, okay? I don't know how old this person is. I don't really care. It's all good. But I've spent time. I'll tell you how I got here, okay? But I'll say this first. 10 years, bro. I've seen people believe in this higher self crap for 10 years, still in the same place, asking me for money, not getting anywhere in life, still seeing the same problems, having the same stuff. I'm like, bro, you were there back in the 2010s, 2015, 2017, 2018, bro. Like, you're still there. Dude, we're almost in 2030 and you're still suffering from the same problems back in the 2010s. Same, like this multitude of people. So this how I got here to this way of thinking. When I was young, I would go hang out with my dad and his friends. And my dad was an older man. So I'm like 6 years old and my dad's like 50, 52, somewhere in there, right? 53, somewhere like that. So all his friends were 50, 60, and some of them were even like 70. Like, he has some, pretty up there friends. And I would go with my dad to hang out with these people. And I would ask them questions at 6, 7, 8 years old. And I'm like, yo, hey, what did you want to be when you grow up? And they would say, hey, I want to be a baseball player. I want to be this or that. And I'd ask them, like, okay, like, well, what happened? And this is me at 6, okay? Why didn't you become a baseball player? Like, what happened in your life that you did not become what you wanted to be? And they would say all these excuses, all these things, all these figments of their imaginations that would hold them back and be the reason that they didn't accomplish their goals and be a victim and blah, 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 blah. And I would start breaking it down. And at that point, I stopped having respect for people and I started seeing people as the mechanism of the compilation of their thoughts. However their thoughts were compiled would be the actions that they would take automatically. So whenever you see people start to believe in things that are figmented or intangible as the prime directive of their life, those people always have holes and gaps and are not very successful. When you make the intangible the primary, higher self, God, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not here to destroy your God. You can do whatever, you can believe in whatever you want. But if you take a consensus or do some sort of like study, whatever you want to say, people who have that main thing as the directive for even the minute things in their life, those people struggle with paycheck to paycheck. They're always needing a miracle. They're always needing a blessing. Go to churches, go to temples. I've been all around the world. I've been to over 31 countries. And I see it happening all over the time. It's the same thing. But it showed me when I was 6, people are the compilation of their thoughts, which is the mechanism that drives them to continue choosing the same thing, which is what keeps them in that result. I learned that at 6. And by the time I was 8, I had more money than my parents. because I woke up and I'm like, this is stupid. I don't want to be like you guys. You guys are poor and broke and you're hanging out on the weekend and you're smoking cigarettes and this guy's drunk. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning, like at 6, 7, 8. I'm like, I don't want to be like you guys. Not that I hate them. I think they're cool people, but like, I don't want to end up like you. And because of that, I started taking everything like, okay, what's actually going on? And that's how I got the results and the effects of everything else. So yeah, you could be a lot more effective whenever you screen life through that way. And that's what I'm sharing with you guys. I'm giving you the ability to even acknowledge reality and what's going on. So you're not fooled by your own devices. That's where people aren't energy vampires. You're not a victim. Your major issue is you not properly interpreting you and this reality. The people are just a confirmation. But the main factor is your own inability to not deceive yourself. The majority of people's life is a deception, not from elites, not from energy vampires, but from themselves, to comfort themselves and console themselves. It's wild stuff. All right, next.
Beautiful. And
Love you.
Rowena said, someone read my astrological birth chart yesterday for me, and it confirms so much. Thank you for the Discord community and the guide.
Yeah,
Hearts, hands.
I love you. I love you, Ro. Yeah, I'm glad you got to embark on this life, because imagine if, you know, your dad's a great guy. So Roro is amazing, and her dad came in. Her dad's 66. Okay. He's just now learning the basic things of life for the first time, like how to properly brush your teeth, because the guy covers everything: brushing your teeth, pooping, peeing, sleeping. So like some of the most basic things. And he's like, whoa, no one's ever taught me this before. So for the first time in my life at 66, I'm finally learning how to do things right. And it's like, I'm seeing a huge effect on my body. Now to Roro, you could have went all the way to 66 and never learned this stuff. So the fact that you're learning it now at this moment in this time is like, it's the major thing to celebrate. I'm glad I'm learning it at this time. Man, I could have, if I would have been born to this, bro, I'd be, oh, but we're here now. But nonetheless, it's such a joy that we came to the point where we now know what we know. And that's the most powerful thing. So I'm happy for you. I celebrate you. And I love you. All right, a couple more and we'll go.
Okay. And Benedict said, so is faith the currency of reality?
Oh, now we're talking. Now I like this. Yes, thank you. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Okay, cool. Y'all better get them hoes. Hey, Indra. Hey, man, what's up, guys? Yo, Indra, join the party, man. Get me wet. Where we at, bro?
What's going on?
Y'all see Indra? They're taking a shower in the waterfall.
Oh, what happened to this water?
It overflowed.
No.
Yo, Indra, where you at, brother? They're over there taking a shower in it, man. All right, cool. Going back to this, because that question is amazing.
Oh, Indra is helping him.
Okay, hold on, wait.
He got a pole. He's getting it.
Hey, Upin, can you help Indra get some for us too? Some water?
Oh, I don't know what he.
I love you. I'm almost done, bro. Awesome. These guys are amazing, man. I love them so much. All right, cool.
Wow, they're saving that water.
Back to Benedict. Close this, please.
Yes.
Right there. This fell.
Okay.
Man, like, look, you all have been amazing, but that question that Benedict just, like, if you guys understand how powerful the question is, faith is all you have. So you have your attention, and where you place your attention is the mechanism of faith. So if you're watching this, you're giving your faith to it as you're watching this thing, and it magnifies. So faith is the currency of reality. So you have to choose it wisely, where you place your faith, what you place your faith in, because some things lead you to dead ends and they do nothing for you. Some things, just a little bit of faith can like jump you there, and you can have everything all at once. You don't have to wait for it. So like, faith is what you need in this reality. That's why I don't hang out with doubters. people like Cap, Yap. I doubt it. I don't know, bro. I don't believe. I have no time. Like even Jesus, whenever he had to heal the little girl, he kicked everyone out of the house who didn't believe. He's like, I don't need y'all's doubt around me. Like, get this stuff away from me. He's like, to perform his miracle and heal the little girl and everything else, or bring her back to life, whatever it was. And he had to get everybody else away who didn't believe. Faith is the currency of this realm. And whenever you apply it, you can get it whatever you want, because that's what it actually is. Even me, right? I have all these women. So beautiful, so amazing, so gorgeous. They're so lovely. They're so powerful because they believe. Not even just their aesthetic beauties. Like they are gorgeous and fine. Okay. They make a boy stiff. You know what I'm talking about? That's a type of stiff I'm not trying to stretch out. I'm trying to keep it the way it is. But the beauty of them is their faith, their willingness to believe and add to where we're going, our directive, our building up life and everything else. That's what makes them truly shine. Yeah, their beauty is impeccable, but man, their faith is immeasurable. It's so priceless. Faith is all you really have. And some people have had their faith taken from them, and everything's a scam, everything's a doubt, everything's the government, everything's all like that's why they're pumping you guys with this stuff, so you don't end up believing. Because as long as you're watching this, it's just draining your faith. You're giving your faith credits to the conspiracy. Like, look at the conspiracy, bro. Like, look at anybody who's in who. I'm not saying conspiracies aren't real, right? A lot of them have been proven true, the majority. But look at the people who focus on them. They have given their life, their vitality. They have aged. They have ended up becoming less aesthetic because they've given over their life, and they're turning, like, they get bags and all this. Like, they're literally giving their life force to it. And they're having their soul sucked from them, and they're dying like in real time. Look at them. Look at anybody who's been in conspiracies for long enough, and like, dude, like they look wrecked. They look, because that's what that energy does. And so when they participate of it, it just takes their vitality. It takes their faith in humanity. If you can be pumped with enough conspiracies or whatever, you'll lose your faith in your fellow brother. And that's really all you have, your fellow sister. Now, dudes think that all women are hoes or some stupid things like that. And women think that all dudes are cheaters and like all this other stuff like that. Like, no one has faith in their fellow man. You know, it's just like so stupid. Like, no, dude. And like, just because a few girls have the spotlight and they are for money and they'll open their legs up for people, there's still like the 99% of women who don't do that stuff. Just because a select few of the guys who have cheated or whatever, blah, 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 doesn't mean that all guys are like that. You have to have faith, and you have to have it in the right spot. You have to have faith in yourself, faith in where you're going, faith in humanity. But with AI and all this other stuff, like, people are being divided and separated. They're trying to become independent. No one trusts each other anymore. Everyone's just like out for the dollar. Me, if I was out for the dollar, there's no way I'd talk to Gabriel the way I talk to him. I'd butter him up. I'd kiss his butt and be like, no, Gabriel, yeah, you're blah, blah. But like, because I don't need his money, I don't need anything from him, and I love him. I'm like, no, what's this? Like, let's like look at this logically, right? But when you need money, now your faith is in the dollar. Your faith is in success. Your faith is being a bad bitch or a boss dude or trying to be like this. You disregard people, and you put your faith into these things here that are immaterial, material. You end up losing your ability to live in this realm, because this realm requires living organisms to bind together, colonies and cultures, right? Not just bacteria, but people, animals, herds, right? We need each other. So faith is the currency of this realm, and it is so freaking important. And it's really all that matters. Like, it doesn't matter, well, what about my calories, bro? Should I do this or this? Screw your calories. How much faith do you have? Where are you putting your faith? Where's your focus going? And when you reduce people down to like why they're putting their focus on something, it's because they're insecure. They don't have faith in themselves. That's why they're even doing that, because they're actually insecure. You do more when you don't have faith in yourself. I have faith in myself. I do less because I believe in myself. I don't need to do all that stuff. You actually do less. So the person who's doing the most is usually the most insecure. They have the least amount of faith in themselves. They might have it in the system or the money. Like, I can get this money, the money, or this, that, or fame, or whatever. But when you truly have faith in yourself, like, you actually end up doing less. That's why I don't do that much. I'm a pretty chill dude. I don't do that. Like, people, man, show me a day in your life. I'm like, I don't do anything. I just chill. What? You just chill? Like, yeah, because I'm so satisfied with myself. I have enough faith in myself. Like, I don't need to do a bunch of stuff to try to get fulfillment. I'm fulfilled in myself as I am because I put my faith in me, Then I put my faith in where I'm going, and I give my faith to the people around me, and I believe the best in people. So yeah, faith is so important. I can go on to that for like another like 3 hours, but it's the only important thing in reality. And attention and faith, which are derivatives of consciousness and energy. So those are like the most important things in all reality. All right, what else?
So he had a backup question. Benedict said, "How do you bridge delusion and faith? Can you just believe in whatever you want
You
and
don't
see
bridge
the world?"
delusion and faith. You have to attention, right? So you have to first put attention on like, what is this? And almost like scrutinize it, not in like a demeaning way, but you have to see like, okay, what's the effects of this? Again, like here's my test of faith. All right, delusion, you're real, then affect this, do this. I'll give you time. I'll make it like a realistic experiment, but have an effect on this delusion. You're here, you're saying this stuff. Okay, show me. Prove yourself. I make them prove it to me. These delusions, these higher selves. Okay, cool. You're a higher self. Then what number is behind that door? What symbol is behind this? Your higher self, right? Whatever your test needs to be. Okay. So whenever you see the delusion has no effect, that's when you know it's a delusion. But if it has an effect, then we're onto something. ESP and stuff like that. So I do believe in like psychic, psionic abilities and like remote viewing. Like, yeah, it's pretty real stuff. I've been able to do it myself, have precognition and stuff like that. But again, you don't want 100% of something that's the intangible as your direction. You should know how things work enough here to be able to have these basic things carried on without needing the intervention of this health and money and all this other stuff. And whenever you do, now you have some space. Okay, let's dabble in this 5%, 10%. Okay, what is this? Oh, you gave me a result. Okay, cool. This showed and proved itself true. Let's take it from 5% to 8%. Okay, cool. Okay, it's showing me. Okay, cool. But I'm not going to make it 100% of my life. I'm going to make it my main focus. I'm not going to make it 50% of my life. I'm only going to make it 20% of my life. I'm going to make it this portion. I'm going to get these things down by paying attention to what reality is and understanding reality, because most people want this higher self or these delusions because they don't want to take responsibility for their reality to learn and understand what this is. They're lazy. Most people are lazy. And I'm not calling Gabriel lazy. I'm saying like the majority of the reason why people are spiritual is because they're lazy. They're lazy people and they don't want to do it. They don't want to take responsibility. They want, okay, let me just manifest the money, but I don't want to understand what money is or how it works or what's going on. Okay, let a billionaire just give me the money. Like, okay, because they're lazy. They don't want to understand. They just want to fish. They don't want to learn how to fish. Those people are the ones who live in the delusions. And guess what? They might get it one time there, but then they struggle for the next 2, 3, 4 years. Some people, again, they've been struggling in this stuff for like over a decade. So that's how you decipher if it's a delusion or if it's actual. And the whole point of the guide is to find out what's actual, to expose your own delusions. That's why I call this Mikey Exposed, because you have to expose yourself. I have to take my shirt off. I have to look myself in the body. I started this because I had gynecomastia. But if I just wore my shirt all day and I never showed my chest, I wouldn't expose myself to myself to see what's actually happening. Is this growing gynecomastia? Is this reducing gynecomastia? Is my hair growing back? I have to be honest with myself. I can't wear a toupee or some sort of like hair color stuff to make my hair look more. I have to like, yo, bro, you're balding. Okay, let's see it for what it actually is. And that way we can do something about it. But if you're not real with yourself, if you're not exposing yourself to yourself, that's when you live in delusion and you only rot in your delusion. You become contracted. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick and then we'll do a couple more and end this.
Sounds good.
Let me not forget this, okay?
Okay. So I see One Love is asking like, what does he teach? So he doesn't teach breath work. It's not so much about that because he's pretty much teaching about life, like what is life, and like how are you able to get the energy and cognitive resources and also regenerative resources to actually understand and see what this reality is. Like, what is this reality in life? And what's the actual tangible results that you can get? Not just like, because he was touching on not um, being in delusion, but like actually seeing what is life and getting actual tangible results. So, yeah. that's kind of what he teaches and what he's about. Yes, he does teach like all things that have to do with like getting life, more of life, which is life is energy, regeneration, and consciousness. So it includes a lot of different things, which
Guess he's
breathing,
not stretching anymore.
which breathing is part of it.
Underwear off. Yeah.
So,
So definitely no breath work, bro. Like I don't believe in that stuff. Like it's like anything you have to work for, you're causing a delusion to yourself. Like you should automatically have it. And if you're trying to manipulate yourself from some activity to achieve this thing, then you're negating the power that you are just by being. So like there's no breath work or anything like that. Do I breathe? Yeah, I breathe, but I just breathe because I want to breathe. Find out when you want to breathe and what your body feels like to breathe. Like you can do some breath work to expose yourself to it, but don't stay on the training wheels forever. Like take the training wheels off one day. Like, like stop relying on these things to try to stimulate your mind, psychedelics and all this other stuff. It's like, dude, learn how to like engage in this in yourself and like live that life yourself without the need for some sort of supplemental activity or compound. All right, cool. Let's go.
awesome. And One Love, you're welcome. They said thank you.
Love you, One Love.
They were just trying to understand.
You are my
what
one
do you
love.
teach.
I don't teach anything. I teach just paying attention. That's it. I show you like, bro, just pay attention. Just pay attention. Get all the energy you can to pay attention. And after you pay attention, what do you see? Interpret it correctly. Okay. Use that interpretation to apply to your life to go get more energy so you can take the energy to pay attention. That's it. You don't need it out of body. You don't need to go to higher self. All you need to do is just seriously be in this moment and pay attention. What is going on? And that's all life for the rest of your life. Today, this second, this second, this second, this second, this second. Never stop paying attention. Never stop engaging with life. Who cares about living a long life if you're not even here to pay attention? Like, who cares about being here longer if you're not even aware of what's going on around you? The whole purpose of being alive is to know what's going on around you. So, yeah.
That's beautiful. Better way of saying it.
No, you're great, Sash.
LKIFEK asked, so if you lost your faith in something you once had, can you get it back?
It doesn't, that's not the structure of what we're talking about faith. Like you don't need to put your faith into something to try to believe it to convince yourself. The faith, the part isn't to convince yourself. So you're speaking from a reference of a point, reference of like, okay, I once had faith in a God, but now I don't believe, but I want it to go back into the God or this thing or a person or whatever. There's no convincing in the application of the faith. You just see it, actualize what's going on. Remember, attention and faith, consciousness, energy, right? Don't forget about the first part. Hello. You're not just putting your faith into something blindly. You're paying attention of, and then you're interpreting it. What's going on? Okay. Do I want to put my faith in this? Is it actual? Okay. We'll do the test to see if it's even worth it. But if you have to convince yourself to put faith in something, you're trying to put faith in putting faith, and like that doesn't pay out. Don't put your faith in trying to put faith in something. Either actualize it to see what it is, and it's the thing to do, or not. Like one or the other. But don't try to have faith in something. Was it effective when you had your faith in it? No. Okay, then it showed itself what it is.
So EAT said that was a beautiful description of faith. Powerful. And Angelica said, this is so deep and powerful. Delusion is hitting me so deep. Thank you.
I'm telling you, man, the majority of what you're going to see out there from people is just their own self-serving delusion because they need to hype themselves up to believe what they're doing so they don't feel bad or destroy their own momentum. That's why the spiritual people keep talking about Reiki and 5D and the next generation. It's always on the oncoming. It's always on the horizon. It's right there. Guess what? The horizon never comes. The mirage never happens. Like, you got to stop trying to look out here for the mirage or the horizon. Like, okay, it's coming, guys. We're about to have a spiritual awakening. Okay. And be like, okay, doesn't matter. If it's going to come, it's going to come. But until then, I'm going to pay attention right now in this moment. What the is going on right now? Because if not, they'll just keep stringing you along. Okay, next 5D awakening. Did you feel your Kundalini rising in this last time? Yeah, I totally felt it rising. Did you really? No. Might be a placebo effect. Maybe you thought you felt something, but is your life any different? No, you're still struggling, still trying to pay your bills. No. Okay, delusion out of the way. What's actually happening? And you'll start to see like content creators, stuff like that. they're saying the content to get something. I'm not saying anything that I'm saying to get anything from you. I'm saying what I'm saying to give to you. I'm not selling anything. Yeah, you can buy the guide if you want. You can hop on my Discord, but I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not here to get something from you. I don't get paid for going live. There's no gift set up. There's nothing like that. When I post my videos, I don't monetize them. I'm not here to get something. So I'm not trying to say something so I can get something from you, because that would perpetuate the delusion. Because I got to keep this act up if I'm going to keep getting from you. But because I'm not here to get something from you, there's no act to put up. There's simply something to give. And because I can give, I can clearly see what the delusion is. And I can speak in clarity. And that's why you're coming into like the fullness of like, oh snap, wow, I'm seeing this stuff. I have to first, I don't like this word, right? Selfless, right? It doesn't matter. Selfish is, there's nothing wrong with being selfish. There's nothing right about being selfless. Usually, selflessness is out of insecurity anyway. When people sacrifice their, like, they're trying to be a hero of all that stuff, right? But what I'm saying is this: I had to first come here with no agenda to try to get anything from you, and because there's no agenda to get anything from you, I can say whatever I want to say. And if you like me, cool. And if you don't like me, I don't give up, because I'm not here to get from you. I'm here to say what is. And when I say what is, it echoes through all time, and it confirms itself, and it cannot be disputed. And whenever people hear what actually is with no agenda of trying to receive something, then they are turned on to or awakened to what all this realm actually is. And that's the most powerful thing I could do. That's me doing that is way more powerful than me like, okay, hey, we'll buy my course. We'll buy this thing here. That's why I'm like, fat loss is stupid. Like veganism is stupid. Carnivore is stupid. Spiritual, it's all stupid when compared to what life actually is. Because once you see what it actually is, this stuff is irrelevant. It doesn't even matter. And it really boils down to, are you paying attention or not? Because when you finally pay attention, you see how you've been manipulating and deceiving yourself. And you can stop that stuff, save your energy. And then with that energy there, that's where it gets good. You can start loving yourself and caring for yourself. And that's what I want them to do. And when you guys love yourself, stop treating yourself like crap. Stop treating yourself so bad. Stop hating yourself and trying to do the next quick fix for your diet or some sort of trend. I need to lose 5 pounds quick. Mikey, help me. Just pause the fucking, and just love yourself where you are. I had breast as a young boy. That was embarrassing. I hated it, but it got better the moment I just saw myself and had compassion for myself and loved myself. And guess what? Once I loved myself, the calories stopped mattering. The calories stopped to matter. They ceased to matter. They don't matter anymore. The workouts, the weight loss, the aesthetics, the looksmaxxing, the whatever people are doing now, like, stuff doesn't matter once you can finally see yourself for who you actually are. But if you have all these delusions in the way, you'll convolute your own perception. You won't even see what this reality is, and then it'll be ineffective, and you'll be so engulfed with trying to get a result, you'll completely miss your life, and you'll go 10, 20 years, and you'll never actually live because you were so inundated with trying to change this or be spiritual, confirm that you missed yourself, and now you're on your deathbed. You never actually get to live from yourself. So I'm trying to get you guys to live in a sense, so you have that time with yourself before you do go. And guess what? Maybe if you know yourself through that time, you may live longer. You may not even die. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I love you guys. If you like what I say, obviously watch these videos again. We post them on YouTube. My name is Mikeybreathes. Mikey. Breathes, breathes. You can watch these on my YouTube channel. I post them up there. I don't monetize my channel, so you guys can watch these uninterrupted, no commercials, no ads or anything like that. I don't know if the YouTube puts ads in the beginning, but I don't monetize my stuff, so there should be no ads. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the stuff. Yeah, if you like what I say and you want like a more direct thing besides just the free videos and all the free content, stuff like that, like, hey, I want to take this next level, Discord community is where it's at. That's where I put all the power. I'm uncensored. I can say whatever I want. If you join up for the annual yearly membership for the Discord, you get the guide for free, the meal plan for free. You get accountability, you get the community, you get there's training videos, you get the manifestation guide, all the other stuff. So that's there if you want it. If you just want the step-by-steps of what I do without the community and everything else, you can get the guide. All this stuff can be found on Mikeybreathes.com. I think it's like right here in the bottom. Yeah, so like this area here, Mikeybreathes.com. And the main thing that I want you to walk away from is just pay attention to what the is actually going on, and then test it. Is this real? Quit leaning and relying on somebody else to tell you, like, well, when you do calories and you do this and that, well, okay, cool. But is this real for like, is this real? Is this real? Am I doing this? Like, stop just saying, like, well, I need to fast because of autophagy. You've always been in an autophagenic state. You could always eat old cells and create new cells and stem cells. That's how you even got to this age. If you didn't do that, you would have died at 1. You're always in a state of autophagy, whether you eat or not. So that's what I'm saying. Like, all this stuff becomes redundant when you truly see what life is, and you stop poisoning yourself to even need to detox from the poisoning. You stop even overeating because you're becoming so satisfied on yourself that you don't need to try to fast. You're just so full, and like life just gets so much better, and you expand, and you find out like this is all that matters. All this other stuff is stupid. And then you can join me, like, oh dang, you can radiate and shine and glow like Mikey. You can be all handsome or sexy if you're a woman, or you know, you can grow your hair back and like shine and have white teeth and everything else and be happy. But like, yeah, you can be super smart, but like, oh my God, you're so amazing. It's like, yeah. So anyway, I love you guys. You're amazing. Thanks for being here today. Yeah, Mikeybreathes.com. Drop down menu Discord, yearly annual guide. But even so, there's articles on my site for free. There's a bunch of videos here for free. We have over 1,000 videos on Instagram, but like a bunch of videos here on YouTube. Like, yeah, just eat up. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Later. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.